Revelation, there was no dosage stockpile. Former Broncos head coach Gary Kubiak is officially retiring from the National Football League. Kubiak announced he's going to be stepping down from his role as the offensive coordinator with the Minnesota Vikings. Kubiak resigned as the Broncos head coach in 2017 after 2 seasons. His tenure in Denver included a Broncos win in Super Bowl 50. In sports, the Denver Nuggets open a 5-game road trip tonight against the Suns in Phoenix, and the Colorado Avalanche got up to a lead but then gave up 4 unanswered goals last night in a 4-2 loss to the Kings. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, travel around the Mile High City Freeway system in great shape right now. No major delays on I-25 or I-70 through the heart of the city. Southbound 225, a bit stop and go between Tamarack and I-25. That's the one slow spot to watch out for. Off-highway crashes being cleared at 38th and Youngfield and Monaco and 1st Avenue to watch out for. North of town, I-25 remains closed outside of Loveland between Highway 402 and 34 due to that serious crash. It will probably be shut down through the lunch hour drive, so just plan ahead. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Partly sunny today with a high of 49. Right now, a few clouds and 26. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 630 K-How.
New to the Wendy's 2 for $5 lineup is their classic chicken sandwich. So go grab a 2 for $5 deal and pick 2 faves, like a Dave's Single Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Nugs, and now the Classic Chicken Sandwich. 2 for just $5. Price and participation may vary, limited time only.
Michael Brown here. I want to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life. Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rowing, and you've heard how much the Pet Love formula has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dorninger out of Boulder serves as their Director of Research and Development, or that Dr. Adam Graves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their products are created using the highest quality CBD in the country. They guarantee potency and purity, and their formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at bluesky-cbd.com. Use promo code KHOW for 30% off and try the same balm I use for only $14. You're not going to be disappointed. bluesky-cbd.com. Promo code KHOW for 30% off. bluesky-cbd.com.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the whoop. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword, BANK, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's BANK to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help, I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can.
Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Thanks for turning on my mic, 303. 303-713-8255. Oh, man, what's happening? Today is Friday. Now, traditionally, this is Car Day. We will be getting back, by the way, to Car Day and to other things since we're back in the studio. Of course, we're going to use all due caution and do a lot of virtual interviews and all of that. I just want to let you know we are here to help you. 303-713-TALK. We have a lot going on. We rescheduled some stuff from yesterday because we needed help getting our experts together. And we welcome you. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. No one better than Frank Duran. If you need help with valuing your property, you get a free market valuation. Just call him. Or if you're looking to sell, he'll never hold you to a long-term contract. He'll list your home and proactively market it. You know, he's not like others that just put a sign up and let others sell it. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. A wonderful man and an expert on buying and selling real estate. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Mark?
Man, I'm telling you, I cannot believe what Biden did, and I don't want to get into politics, but this new unemployment deal, if you don't want to work, all you have to do is say, I'm afraid of COVID, and guess what? You qualify for unemployment.
Do you have to be high risk, Mark?
No, you have to be afraid you might get COVID. That's the way everybody's reporting it. You know, it's not written up. It hasn't been signed yet, but think about that. oh, I work at McDonald's. Instead of working at McDonald's, I am afraid I might get COVID. I'm going to get on unemployment. This is going to be horrible. That along with a $15 minimum wage? I don't know, man.
You know, again, this is what the country voted for, so we'll see what happens. The pendulum swings. People get what they want. Then they don't.
Can you
then
imagine paying a 16-year-old that's never worked before at Burger King $15 an hour? It makes no sense. Why would they hire him?
Here's what one person said one time. You can't support a family on minimum wage, to which I say it was never intended to be support for a family.
There's upstart jobs.
Right. When you think about minimum wage, it was never meant to be the end-all and be-all. Minimum wage meant you just don't take advantage of people, and they have to make a certain amount. But these startup jobs are for people starting out. They're not meant to be careers. And for those who have them as careers, you know, that it could be said you can be advanced within your own job. The point is that I don't know how you feel about minimum wage, but it wasn't meant to support a family. It was never meant to. Also, when it comes to unemployment, how do you feel about, I'm not talking about partisan politics now. How do you feel about the fact that someone could get it for saying they're afraid? Do you believe some people will take advantage of it?
The $15 an hour has nothing to do with anything but this. It's going to have the negative effect. Companies aren't going to be hiring as much. So there's going to be less jobs out there. That's what the real problem is.
Well, right. But no one, listen, politicians on both sides have never been confused by the facts. And here's the other thing, facts. If you talk to one side, they're not facts, they're lies. You talk to the other side, they're not facts, they're lies. This is the first time in history. I mean, listen, I never got personally distressed over the country. And I'm not distressed over the country because I think Biden is an evil man and that this country's going downhill. I was distressed before Biden got in. I just am distressed at all the animosity we have. It's just amazing to me how polarizing this country has become.
And that's
polarized, I mean.
That's a very true statement. I've known you 25 years, and I have never heard you discuss stuff like this in 25 years.
I've never, I mean, and I think you mean more personally because it distresses me. I've never been distressed before because I always knew the greater good will win out. Things are crazy now. Tabitha, you have a problem with a car dealership. What's going on, Tabitha?
Hi there.
Hi.
So I financed a used vehicle back in October last year, and within the first 3 days, there was a really bad smell. We brought it in, and apparently it was a coolant line thing.
And it's a brand new car?
No, it's a used vehicle that we financed.
Okay, how used?
It's a 2012.
And how many miles on it? I'm trying to see how long it's been used.
So this is when I first got it. I've only put 1,000 on it. So at sale, it was 116,333.
Okay, 116,000. Okay. Now, what I don't understand is you said there was a smell in it.
Correct.
Now, this is something we need to talk about. An as-is sale. It's not that I just learned this. I was just reminded about this. An as-is sale means as is, except for certain things. There are certain things that you can't do even in an as-is sale. In other words, certain things have to be correct with an as-is sale. But those things aren't as many as people think. In other words, what rights do you have in an as-is sale? The thing is, there's not that many things they have to do. But I know for absolutely sure that smell is not one of them. And I don't know how else to put that. In other words, I don't understand what you want done.
Yeah, but if it's a cooling issue, like she's saying, is there a bigger issue besides the smell?
Well, there could be. But what I'm saying is, does she have a right to go back to the dealer and get it done?
I don't think she's even said that yet, though.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't think she said she wants to return it.
No, I'm just anticipating the problem as to she has a problem that smells. If you're looking for help on that, we can help you. But I'm not sure it's going to be what you want. So let's continue. The car smells. What's going on?
Okay. So the first 3 days we brought it back because there was a smell.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. You took it back for what reason?
For a smell.
Okay, okay. Did you say we have a smell? Can you fix it? Or did you just want them to smell it? See, I'm truly trying to figure out what did you want the dealer to do is what I'm asking.
Well, here's the thing, Tom, real quick. We went back, and here's the problem.
But I'm asking, first, I need to ask the very first question. What did you bring it back for? Just tell me that, and maybe I can help. Did you ask the dealer to fix it?
We brought it in for them to look at it, and they said, oh, hey, good catch. We're going to go ahead and fix it. And
what did they say it was? What did they say it was?
It was something with the coolant line, and I had caught a major issue before it got bad. So they just fixed it.
All right, then what?
So the thing is, they just went ahead, no charge at that time.
That's really great. What's the name of the dealer?
Emic Automotive.
No, they did a good job by doing that. Okay.
Well, the thing is, Tom, they fixed that, but there was still a burning smell.
Okay.
That never went away from the beginning. So they said, we can't find it. Give me a call. We'll timestamp this until it rears its ugly head, so to speak. They asked me to put 500 miles on, and I called and we documented and timestamped every single phone call I made. Now, so this isn't new. And so when they came back to me earlier this week after looking at it, they decided it was a new problem. Well, it's been this way since day one, and they said just keep driving it until we can figure it out.
Tabitha, here's something I want to say. First of all, I want you to know, I'm not saying I won't help you, but here's something I'm saying because I want everyone to listen. If you bought that car as is, this is the point I'm making, even if the problem existed on that day, there's nothing that dealer is obligated to do for you unless they violated the law. Now, here's what the law says. Even though a car is bought as is, there are certain material disclosures that a dealer must do. Okay, here are some of them. They have to tell you if it was a salvaged vehicle. They have to tell you if the motor vehicle sustained major damage, repaired or not repaired, to the frame and unibody. Flood, fire, accident, or collision damage they never reported, major. The motor vehicle has been modified, or the motor vehicle has been declared a total loss by an insurance company, or the motor vehicle had been stolen, or the motor vehicle, let's see what else. That's about it. And then it has to have certain safety things like brakes and windshield and stuff like that. So if we want to fight the dealer and get we still can. We can still say, hey, it's not right, but it doesn't mean that they did anything technically wrong. If something is wrong with that car, my question to you is, did you have that car checked out before you bought it?
It's the first time I've ever financed.
I'm talking about finance. I'm talking about the car. Did you have the car checked out by your mechanic that you know and trust? Or did you buy it as is?
We just put caution to the wind and we just went as is.
Okay, I got it. Now, do you think the dealer did something wrong? Because, listen, we might still be able to help you even if the dealer can't. What, Suzanne?
Tommy, I think the problem is they acknowledged it was an issue, told her to drive it a while. Now they're saying it's a brand new problem. She needs a new engine, and they're not willing to help her. So it's a little sketchy.
Yeah. Now, do you have records? Well, okay, it is sketchy. Okay, except this. She took it back. Even then, they didn't have to help her. So they said, drive it 500 miles. And even then, they didn't have to help her. But now she wants help because they said, drive it 500 miles and we'll help you. Did they create a contract with her and a warranty at that time? Okay, did they? Did they create a warranty with you when you took it back and they said, drive it 500 miles and we'll take care of it? Did they say those words to you?
No, they did not.
What did they say? Do you have anything in email or text, anything that we can use to help you? Tabitha, I don't want you being discouraged, but there are many, 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 many people listening, and I don't want them going off thinking, oh, well, I have a problem. They're going to have to fix it. Now, it's my suspicion that there probably was major damage beforehand, okay? Did they know about it? If they did, they had to tell you about it. So we have to figure out, did they know about it? And part of that thing we do is a title search. Where did they get the car? Did they buy it or was it traded in? Do you know?
I believe, honestly, I do not have an answer for that.
Here's what we have to do. We have to call the dealership. I want to know, was it an auction? Was it a trade-in? Then the question is, Tabitha, did they know something was wrong with it? And did they not tell you? If that was the case, we can help you. Even with as is, okay? Even as is, the law says they have to tell you about major problems. Major, okay? You're telling me you need an engine, and you put a total of 1,000 miles on it. Did you blow the engine? I doubt it. Okay, hold on. Let's give this to...
That's Ken, because Marty's not listening yet.
Well, what's the name of the dealer? Who is it?
It's Emick.
Emick.
But, Mark... This happens a million times.
Yeah, I know, but still, you shouldn't be selling stuff that sucks.
That's right.
Honestly.
If you know about it, that's right.
3 days
He's right.
With an issue.
By the way, Mark's right. If they know about it, but what is the obligation of a dealer if they don't know about it?
Well, I don't know, but they should at least check it out. When you buy a car from Emick, do they say they got one of those stupid 50-point this or that? I mean, regardless of anything.
What?
That sucks, though. They should do something.
Now, hold on. What did you want to say?
Well, Line 4 is a new referral list member, and he's a used dealership. Maybe we can get his take on it.
Right after this.
That was a good segue. Shannon, pay attention. You might learn something today.
On demand on any device. Well, I can't see you morons with how bright it is in here, so if you're going to do some sort of... Hey, why don't you hit next to minute? Streaming services aren't there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I can do it. I can hit it all day long. I can hit last event.
Hey, you want to do some stuff?
No.
I got him.
I got him.
Do it.
Look today.
TheArtofGranite.com. It'll get you countertops. And you can get prices on the phone. Now, they do more than granite. They do any solid surface, natural stone. He's a direct stone importer. They do quartz. And you can have new counters in 2 weeks after picking materials. All materials are wholesale. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. Tear out and hallway's free. You can even get a price on the phone. TheArtofGranite.com. They are happy to give you a price on the phone and to make an appointment if you want to go to their beautiful showroom. 303-386-5919. 386-5919. TheArtofGranite.com. All right. We talked about countertops. What about floor coverings? You want luxury vinyl tile, waterproof. You want waterproof carpeting, laminates, hardwoods. Whatever you want, you can get at simplyfloorsinc.com. Buddy and Karen Mitchell, they have a buying group they belong to of small carpet people and floor covering people all over the country. And what they do is buy at big box prices, but they pass the savings on to you. All you have to do is go to simplyfloorsinc.com to make an appointment. Simplyfloorsinc.com.
Okay, 2 things. Mark, you know we're not on video, right? We're not live on video.
We are on YouTube.
Okay, the next thing gets this. Mark Harvey is sending me Fred Emick Jr.'s phone number. So we can call Emick himself. Says they're great guys.
When you read that email, I'm answering all of it. But there was a recent email. I hope you didn't read it because it sucks. Yes, did you read it?
I probably wasn't sent to me.
No, it was sent to you. It was fucking ridiculous. Okay, so I'm handling it. Okay.
Tommy,
I don't want you handling it.
I won't. Okay,
I'm handling
okay.
it.
All right. All right, you handle it, Tommy. Okay.
I promise.
I know. I know.
Some of the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Call us today at 303-867-7000 to talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756 for terms and conditions. Call 844-45-IDEAL. When it comes to your business, there's a lot of things you know and a few things you want to look about fast. If you're looking for an easy and affordable way to get smarter about what your customers are thinking, you need to check out Research Raccoon. Just tell the Research Raccoons whatever your business question is. Maybe it's about a new menu item for a restaurant. Maybe it's finding out what your audience really thinks about your business name. Maybe you don't even know what questions you're supposed to be asking. Let the Research Raccoons know what's on your mind, and they'll poll potential U.S.-based customers that day, giving you clean data you can use to make smarter business decisions for less than you think. No matter the size of your business, Research Raccoon gives you the tools to learn at an affordable price. So discover what your business should be doing and move with confidence with Research Raccoon. Visit ResearchRaccoon.com to learn more and discover which plan is best for you. ResearchRaccoon.com. Fast results with big data. 2021 marks the 55th anniversary of the American Eagle Coin Program, and these historic silver coins will never be the same again. Why? The U.S. Mint has unveiled new designs for the 2021 American Silver Eagle coins, scheduled to appear mid-year. This means now is your last chance to get an American Silver Eagle coin with the original Eagle design. The American Eagle Coin Series has become the best-selling coin series in the world. Act fast or miss your opportunity to own the last year of this historic Silver Eagle coin design.
The link for your I'll go ahead here. Go on, listen. The link for your contract. By the way, Amir's doing it, and there's Amir's going to do it. I talked to Paul. He doesn't want to get involved in something Amir already did. He said it's going to cost him more time to figure out what Amir did. So anyhow, I got Amir. Everything's good there. So I'm having him fix the one thing, but on yours, like on referral list, we have businesses join here that bring you to it. You want yours just a hidden link that you send? In other words, we're not going to post it anywhere.
Or you, Mark. And then you should put yours up there.
Yeah, of course. But then you just send the customer the link and it'll bring them. And then, like the referral list one, where you do a little bit of a about referral list, and they fill out the initial thing. Do you want to do one about your endorsement on that link? We don't have to do that right now. But
on a private link, yes, I'm going to do a video.
That's what I'm saying.
And I have a video set up.
And I think that would be the best. Because then when people say, can you send me info about your endorsement, it's a fucking video.
I'll do that video when I book it.
So we'll do a splash page, and the splash page will be on Troubleshooter Network. You can have your one sheet, a video, examples of commercials you've done for other people. It'll be a cool little page.
Oh, cool idea. And with a hidden
yes.
Single spicy chicken sandwich, nugs, and now the classic chicken sandwich. 2 for just $5.
I thought you did get it because it was to you.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KL.
You better send
Oh, you're right. It was. You better send it to her. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. All right.
We have, just so happens to have Scott Dye from Dye Autos from our referral list on. Now, we are so happy to have a used truck dealership, Dye Auto. Scott?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Good, man. Hey, Scott, this as-is thing, it really gets confusing. As is. Now, I have to admit this. I used to say as is, you're out of luck. As is equals SOL. But it doesn't. Norris over at Norris Schleter, he's the owner of SOS Inspections. He says he does diagnostics, and used car checkouts. He said, Tom, this one law here you need to know about. And I looked at it. And the law basically says, that you have to make certain material disclosures. Sellers must talk to the buyer. And I'm not going to read it verbatim, but it basically says you have to tell them if it was salvage, major wrecks, major damage, flood, fire, blah, 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 blah. Vehicle for hire, rental vehicle, a courtesy vehicle. Clearly, you must give certain disclosures. Also, anyway, so what do you think about that? I mean, she bought it as is. Now she needs a new engine. She only put 1,000 miles on it. I'm not asking you to weigh in on this Emic dealer that she bought from. I'm asking you, how do you handle as is?
Well, first of all, I think the MX are great people, and I would think they ran it through their shop and they would run it to the dealer's auto auction if they thought this car would be on your show. Number one, I think the state of Colorado should step up and create a better definition for as is, because the as is form is actually a federal form and not a state form. Anyway,
you're right. You're right, Scott, about the as is. We're not talking about the form. I was talking about that one law that breaks out the.
That's Colorado, though.
Yeah, and it's, by the way, it's CCR 205-1. Right. Okay, go ahead. So, how do you handle this? How do you handle as is sales?
Well, first of all, can you explain to me what's wrong with the car? I understand there's a coolant problem, and they said to drive the car 500 miles.
Tabitha, how long have you driven the car before the first problem showed up?
Like barely 2 days.
And you smelled what? What did you smell?
I smelled something burning.
And you took it back within a few days?
Correct.
Okay. And what did they say? They said, we can't find anything wrong.
No, this was the first. I went in and they said, ooh, good catch. Yeah, that's definitely a leaky coolant line. They took care of it. No charge, nothing.
Yes, it was a head gasket ultimately, and that's why you need an engine?
They're not saying I need a new engine, but there is something that's deep within it that...
But hold on, I want to make this clear. They did fix the first problem you took it in with.
I'm saying they didn't fix it because it was probably a coolant leak on the head gasket.
I'm saying they said they fixed it. Tabitha?
Yes.
Okay. Then what happened after they said they fixed it? You no longer smelled it?
No. It continued, and I brought it in again.
And what did they say?
We can't find anything, so why don't you put some miles on it and just give us a call so we can keep logging
How many miles did you put on it?
I believe, I'd say since all of this, it's been 1,000, but I did put on that 500 for them, hoping...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You took it back, and then what did you say? It's still there. Did it stop running, or what? What happened?
No, it just kept reoccurring, the smell.
And you took it back, and they said, sorry, what did they say? Sorry, we can't fix it.
They said, we need you to put more time in the vehicle, and we need you to drive it more to be able to pinpoint what is going on, because we can't find anything.
And then you drove it more. What ultimately did they say? Ultimately, they said they couldn't fix it unless we got it to show up when I pulled it in, or so they could actually see. So hold on. So no one at any time told you needed an engine?
They told me when I came back earlier this week and the smell had been bad, I asked, and they said, we're going to cut costs with you, yada, yada, but you do need this work done on the engine.
What work done? What work done, Tabitha? What work?
I believe it has to do. I know that she said it's part of a gasket, and it's related to the oil cooling pan or something along the lines.
Now, hold on. Now, this is what Emick told you, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how much is that work going to cost if they give it to you at a deal?
At a deal, I'm still sitting at $735.
Okay. Now, listen, Tabitha. I want to make this clear. It could be that they're not responsible for it if it wasn't at the time of sale that they discovered. Even if it was there at the time of sale, if they did not know it, they're not obligated to disclose it. So I'm trying to figure this out. Do you think, Tabitha, honest to God, do you think they covered it up and they knew about it?
I have no idea, Tom.
You know what? Thank God you're honest, Tabitha. I really appreciate that. You know what? She could have said, oh, yeah, I think they're cheating me. You know what, Tabitha? I really want to help you. Scott, what do you think? You heard this. What do you think? Hold on. I'll come right back to you and more. Scott Dye Auto, just getting his professional opinion. Derek, you hang on with the student loan. Gabby, we'll talk to you about special assessment insurance with the claim being denied. All of that coming up. Maybe we'll talk to Compass Insurance about that one.
This is Denver's Talk Station with
Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown.
I love that.
KHOW, Denver.
No, I'm going to put another one in there.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, travel around the Mile High City in fantastic shape right now. Good news off highway. That crash at Monaco and First Avenue and the crash at 38th and Youngfield have been cleared out of the way, and speeds are improving. Back out on the highway drive, looking great across town. No delays in I-25 and I-70 through the heart of the city, north of town outside of Loveland. I-25 remains closed both directions between 402 and Highway 34 for that bridge damage from that crash this morning. It will probably be shut down through the lunch hour drive. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Going to be partly sunny today with a high of 49. Right now, partly cloudy and 32.
Turn that down, Tom.
Your impact traffic.
Sorry.
630 K-How. You can Wendy's 2 for $5.
Hey, what's going on? Is Facebook up?
So go grab a 2 for $5 deal and pick 2 favorites.
Man, I wonder why, and how's YouTube working?
Sandwich, nugs, and a classic chicken
Okay, just make sure everybody knows to go to the YouTube one. Facebook's been a motherfucker all week. Here's the only good news is that's not Facebook that popped up, right? Or that is Facebook?
Yes.
There's nothing we can do about it. When it won't connect, something's wrong. Are you recopying even the URL and the stream key?
I tried doing the URL also, yeah.
How do you can you refresh? Turn persistent on. I don't want to do it. You turn persistent on. That means you don't have to change it every fucking day, apparently, even though that barely works. And then reset, hit reset on the stream key right there. In fact, just refresh the page. Start over, kill Facebook, start over. Yeah, I know, but this time do persistent stream, hit reset on the stream, and I want to watch you copy and paste it. That's all. All right, later. If we get a break, we got a good one I want to talk about too. With an old guy in his house and no water.
Save you up to, I don't know, $1,000 a month, plus tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. That kind of savings.
John, who? I'm lost.
Impact on your budget. Money that you could use for a new car, vacation, pay a doctor's bill, send a kid to school. And I know just the people.
Yeah, actually, let's tie him into it. Let's wait till we slow down a little, and then I'll. Yeah, I know. We'll do it today, but let's wait till we get a line. But here's the deal. I'm going to tell Tom about it fresh, where we're at on it, and then we'll get an idea. But I got Dan going out there. I got Bob Logan. I've got all kinds of shit going down. Yeah, but it's bad. I mean, the whole thing is bad. Fixing the stuff is probably not a good option, but we'll all discuss it.
What are we talking about, Mark?
Yes, I do.
What are we talking about, Mark?
This, we've got a real good call. I've got Plumline checking everything out for me. But it's not good. It's a bad, sad story. We got it. The answer is not repairing stuff. I do not believe. But it's a good story that we can follow. We can start it today. It'll go Monday, Tuesday. It'll be a good fucking soap opera. It's good. It's a good story.
So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate.
How many miles did that lady say was on the vehicle since she bought it?
0% interest with
The Emic one. I didn't hear. Did she say? Is it less than?
No, 100 something. 160.
Did she say how much she paid for it?
No.
That's right. No points, no fees. For over 20 years. Even if you refinance in the last year, we can still probably save you money. The 5-minute phone call to find out. You can save up to $1,000 a year. This amazing 2.5 rate in APR won't last long.
Oh, here's the first one. Ready? United Airlines to require shot for all employees. I knew this was coming. Mandatory.
What is that?
COVID vaccine is mandatory if you want to work for United Airlines. I knew this was coming, and I've got no problem with it, honestly. I'll be curious if there's any lawsuits.
2020 is over. We can all breathe a huge sigh of relief for that. And we can look forward to 2021.
That's a big employer, too, man.
Now better than ever. With exciting new levels, challenging new
You agree with that, don't you?
That they should do it?
Well, you agree that a company, a private company, maybe not the government, that's a whole different story, but a private company has a right to force their employees to get it or get the fuck out. Or you don't agree with that.
That whether it should be mandatory?
Do you believe a private company has a right to say, get the fucking shot or get the fuck out?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think...
Hold on.
Not the right. Do you agree with the principle?
Okay.
They do have the right, as far as I know. You agree with the principle.
No phone call, no wait. That's frontlineservices.com. Service at home.
But where does it end?
6:30.
I don't know. If Google can kick off whoever the fuck they want and other people, why can't the airline say you have to get a shot?
I don't think Google should be able to kick the people off, okay?
Or not Google, you know what I mean.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Freedom versus government control, they kind of get intertwined because people are saying private business should be able to censor.
In a way, I agree with that, but in a way, I don't want government regulation one way or the other. But on the other hand, United Airlines is now saying the vaccination will be mandatory if you want to work there. And yet, you know, do we want government regulation saying, no, they can't do that? You know, again, do we want regulation to enforce freedom or freedom to enforce regulation? Or it's really, we're living in a very complicated world where there are no blacks and whites anymore. There are no blacks and whites anymore. There aren't. There aren't. You know, I'm serious. And because people try to take stands, hypocrisy stands out. I mean, I went on Facebook, I went on YouTube, I went on Twitter. I cannot tell you how many violent insurrections I found within communist websites, Arab websites, Muslim websites, and I don't mean Muslim religious websites, I should say radical. And I mean it, calling for the destruction of our world. Those are not being censored. It befuddles me. I mean, what do you do? Truly. And then what about technology that the servers were taken down for power because I quote, their technology, Amazon's technology, they did not want being used to incite crime or violence. Now listen to this, wait. If you don't want your technology being used for crime and violence, that's a wonderful thing. What about iPhones? They wouldn't unlock an iPhone when they found it on the bombers in Boston because they said, no, that's their phone and it's their right to privacy. Isn't that weird? Now they were protecting those bombers because of freedom. And their technology with iPhones, are you telling me that terrorist attacks, iPhones, droids were never used, Google phones, platforms never used ever? Come on. So now how far do you go with that? Let's make sure our technology is not used to incite violence or crime or insurrection. What, are you kidding me? So now no more terrorists will have iPhones. Can we all bet on that? That's what I'm saying. We're in a complicated world. I'm not bringing this up because I'm calling everyone hypocrites. I'm saying we don't mean to be hypocrites. I don't mean to be a hypocrite. Yet I'm hypocritical all the time because I can't reconcile everything. Our world is too complicated. But what the media tends to do is paint you in a box. So what do you guys think? Should they take iPhones away if they know an iPhone's being used to coordinate stuff with texting? I'll guarantee you there have been bank robbers and other criminals using texting. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a car, and it's not running, or it's not running well. And the dealership, did they know about it? Tabitha's being honest. She doesn't think they knew about it. She doesn't know, actually. She doesn't know. All she knows is she can't afford $700 to get it fixed. Scott wanted to know what was wrong with it and was going to give an opinion.
What was the deal with it? Did she ever tell us what the delership said it needed or how much?
She said gasket $700. She didn't know exactly what. Scott, go ahead. What do you think?
Hey, Tom. Again, is it a heater core? Is it a head gasket?
Well, we don't know. We don't. She doesn't know for sure, but go on.
I guarantee 100% Emmett didn't know about it. Maybe or they would have sent it to the auction.
So what would you do, Scott, if you
hold on.
What would you do?
Here's what I don't want to just wait. I don't want to just gloss over what he said. He said he does not think Emmett knew about it because they would send it to auction. What he is saying is this: used car dealers most of the time don't want to mess with these cars. They would rather get rid of them, and it's easy to get rid of them. Okay, now Scott, go ahead.
I'm just saying for $735, it's really not worth the headache. Often what I would do is split it with her to see if that would be reasonable with them because, you know, I didn't know about it. That seems relatively inexpensive for a head gasket. On my trucks, a head gasket would be $15,000 to $2,000 because you'd have to do the head.
Well, here's what we're going to do. And Scott, by the way, I want you to hang on because I'm not really done with you. At Tabitha, what I'd like to say is this. We're going to have Deputy Doc call Emick and just get details on what it is you need, what it is, and we'll try to figure something out. But go ahead.
Listen, I'm still curious. This guy is new on our referral list.
Yeah.
If he sold a vehicle and 115 miles later it needed a $700 repair, what would he do? I think that's a fair question.
Well, we're not going to ask it right now because we have to take a break. But here's the deal. I don't think it's fair to ask anyone what they would do looking back at a situation.
What would you do if you sold a vehicle personally? I know you would pay the $700.
Yeah, yes, here's what I would do. If I knew that person didn't abuse it, you know, and wasn't hot riding around, and if I knew that it was probably lurking, yeah, I would.
I'm just saying 100
I would,
miles.
but that's a personal thing. Again, should dealers then where do you draw the line? More coming right up. Hold on.
Okay, we'll answer that.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can.
Yeah, I'm not saying 500 miles, but 100 miles?
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station, available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, travel around the Mile High City freeway system.
So here's the deal. Keep that to yourself for now. I don't think that's relevant because how old is that Carfax? When was the last reported anything? And just so you know, I have had quite the angel contact give me the owner of Emick's cell phone. So we've got top of the top to try to figure this out for you. Okay? Okay. So this is what we're going to do for now.
Hey man,
I'm going to hang up with you because Deputy Ken is going to want to get a little more information from you so he can call the owner of Emick, okay? So expect a call here pretty quick from Deputy Ken. He also goes by Deputy Doc, okay, sweetie? Okay, hang on just a second. Let me tell him this. Hang on. Tabitha, I'm letting Tabitha go. I type as I talk. I'm annoying like that. I'm letting Tabitha go so you can chat at her. Her number is, give me your number again.
Thank you.
Okay.
After rolling, and you've heard how much
I got into two stocks for us that always fight the market.
What you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dorniger out of Boulder serves as the Director of Research and Development for Dr. Alan Graves in Hasselhoff and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their products are
You're up 10 today.
the highest quality CBD.
Must like 10. Say, I like 10, Mark.
And their formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews of Blue Sky.
California keeps data from public. That's a headline. Gavin Newsom won't tell people. Remember how this guy always says everything's based on science? He won't turn over the fucking numbers. That's funny as shit.
BlueSky-CBD.com.
I gotta get water.
From cardio and core, strength training, yoga and stretching, Broncos cheerleaders and Miles the mascot providing fun fitness instruction for Dr. 2021 right. DenverBroncos.com/fit to participate and be entered to win a variety of weekly Broncos prizes. Fit challenges are presented by Health Children's Hospital, Colorado.
Hi, it's Sandy Call. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KNOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's the Brad Pollock Show. We give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
Are you still not refinancing your mortgage? Well, you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new Fast Track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.5 rate and APR with our no closing costs 30-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you've refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.5 rate and APR won't last long, and our new Fast Track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844-425-3669.
I like a bed that's really firm.
I need something a little softer than that. Rest easy. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed, you can both adjust your comfort and your sleep number status.
Can it really help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, but can't be worn with your feet okay, but can it help keep us asleep? It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you effortlessly comfortable. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. Queen now $17.99 plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. Store for details.
Beachcombing, baking cookies, learning French. Aren't these what you'd rather be doing than thinking about your Medicare prescriptions? Well, Walgreens is here to help you get back to it with convenient refill and pickup options. Expert pharmacists to answer all your questions, and Medicare copays as low as $0. Zero. Which is also the number of cares in the world you'll have as you stroll the beach, eating cookies and speaking French. Oh la la. Walgreens.
$0 copays apply to Tier 1 generic drugs and select.
I hit my head really hard this morning. I'm going to take a Excedrin.
Inspiration over me. If you turn this put it all together, and you get something special. Views is putting it all together with a special price. 99 cents for Views Auto Power Unit. Available in-store and at Views.com. Views, charge beyond. Paper products, limited sales only, 99 cents plus tax. Household center. Website restricted and 21 and over. Denver's Talk Station.
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, people, we will get to all of your problems. Our number is 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. By the way, realcbdthatworks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. realcbdthatworks.com. Panacea Life Sciences, I love it. It helps with anxiety, with pain, with inflammation, and probably when you go out to buy used cars. realcbdthatworks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, realcbdthatworks.com. You get 30% off with Tom in the promo code. Now, Scott, okay, You are, by the way, with Scott Auto. You have nothing. Dye Autos. You have nothing to do with this conflict. You were just using your expertise to help us out, and you're on the referral list because we saw something special in what you do. You handled a problem. We were very impressed with how you did it, and I know Daff called you. And can you tell us a little bit about what you would do? Now, it's hard to look back, but you must have had these things come up. How do you normally handle them? And I don't want people thinking, oh, if I buy a truck from Scott, he's going to automatically take care of stuff all the time. Do you offer warranties? What do you do? How do you handle stuff?
Well, yes, we sell service contracts because you got to be careful on the wording there. They're called service contracts. And typically, if I have a issue like this, I usually split it, and then I take it to my mechanic, which usually gives me a fleet pricing instead of paying full retail. That's what I need to do to help everybody out in that situation. I think that'd probably be in everybody's best interest to do that, but I don't think Emic would sell them a car knowing it.
I don't know if it matters because it's 115 miles is what's killing me on this. Whether they knew or not.
115,000, 116,000.
No. It was 150. I thought she said 115 miles when this happened. How long from when she bought it till when she first
3 days?
The first 3 days.
Yeah, that's my issue with it. Regardless if they knew or not, they sold her something that needs a $700 repair.
Right, and you're saying, Mark, that repair was probably...
You'd be spun up.
You're saying that repair probably was needed right then.
Well, yes, and of course, and if she did buy an aftermarket service contract, as Scott put it, Scott, would that cover it 100 miles later?
Well, some warranties are 30 days to make sure there's no pre-existing problem, but some of them are day one coverage, and they're usually more expensive.
Some have a waiting period, yeah.
As long as you put it through your service department, changed the oil, and inspected it, they have certain guidelines.
Okay, listen, Scott, what do you sell primarily trucks or only trucks or what?
Trucks and SUVs primarily, all used.
Where are you guys at?
We're in Wheat Ridge, Colorado at I-70 in Kipling.
And what kind of inventory, man? Not what kind of vehicles. I mean, you guys got like 20 cars, 30. What do you guys have?
We have between 60 and 100. COVID's been a little rough.
That's worth the drive then to check it out
60
for
to
sure.
100. What are prices range, Scott, low to high?
$15,000 to $60,000. Just depending if you like a lot of equipment and low miles.
What about years, model years?
I have them from 2008 to 18.
Okay,
I like it. What's your website, man?
The diesels get more expensive.
Yeah. What's the website?
It's Dye, D-Y-E, Autos, AUTOS.com. DyeAutos.com.
Well, welcome aboard, sir. Thank you for your expert opinion. We'll be in touch with you. Dye Auto, and he is, give the address again or the cross streets, dyeautos.com.
It's I-70 in Kipling.
I-70 in Kipling.
Nice looking website. He's got all his prices right there. He's got all the inventory. I like it.
Joe, you have a comment. Go ahead, Joe. Welcome.
Hi. Yeah, just quickly kind of back to the as-is conversation. Aren't buyers allowed a 3-day
you know what, Joe?
Remorse period?
Everyone believes that. And no, they're not. By law, a 3-day rescission is afforded by state and federal law under certain conditions. For example, state law allows a 3-day right to rescind with health clubs. Federal law allows a 3-day right of rescission, door-to-door sales. 3-day rescission also for mortgage loans. Or there's also a law that says any sale made in the home or in a place other than the normal place of doing business. What does that mean? That means, let's say you buy an appliance, I don't know, or something, but you meet someone at a restaurant. That would have a 3-day right to rescind. So if you're off premises or in your home, but there are very specific 3-day rights.
Home show.
Oh, yeah. Would a home show have a 3-day?
I think so.
It could be. It could be. So, Joe, the thing is, autos never have a 3-day. Yet people tend to think that. Do you know, I was doing a car transaction not long ago, and this one dealer, McDonald, they're good people. They actually have a disclosure that say, I understand I don't have 3 days. I mean,
that's smart, though.
I mean, it basically says it's a final deal. But Joe, you're not the only one. So many people believe that.
We've had people call in thinking that about furniture they had delivered from American Furniture.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Joe.
Well, just curious though. So let's say you were in a situation where you did have that period, or even something like a warranty, 30-day warranty.
Yeah.
If you start having problems, and then you give that person an opportunity to fix it, but it doesn't get fixed until beyond that period,
then you're screwed. That's right. Because with hearing aids, you have 30 days. But if they talk you into coming back and it expires, you're screwed. But that's a good point. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK.
Broncos country, it's the start of a new year, and the Broncos
Hello?
Fit Challenges are here to provide you with...
You see Hank Aaron died? Was it COVID? They're not showing it, you know?
I hadn't heard cause of death in my page.
Wow, Hank Aaron, no shit.
This is Dan Kaplis. People often ask what the secret is to the many large jury verdicts and settlements that we've been fortunate to win. I tell them that our tactic is the truth. Our clients are very good people who've been seriously injured because of someone else's recklessness, and we do whatever it takes to make sure that their true story is told and proven. And because our cause is true, the compensation is large. Call me at 303-907-5003 or hit DanKaplisLaw.com. That's DanKaplisLaw.com.
She has another one scheduled 11, which I can call him. It's just carpet cleaning. Just not really fitting in with what we got going on.
Not at all.
But Tom, I guess, apparently gave her the approval to have them both on, so I guess I'll just call him, or should I ask Tommy first and get him rescheduled?
Just ask him.
All right, I'll ask him when he comes in.
That one fit perfect.
Oh, yeah, that worked out great.
We can always get new people on like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
You mean when we just wait till we get the
Just
call? But if we never get the call,
well,
then
then you do it. But I mean, usually organically, any show we can bring up almost anybody.
Breaking Rick's record in 1974 against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Oh, had a good HOA, or not HOA call. I've got Brian Burns on. Are you listening to this, babe? So she actually was smart enough to get the special assessment insurance for her place.
Oh, cool.
Okay? So she gets it with AAA, and she had AAA at the time of the damage. They only cover when it's assessed, but she's since switched carriers. So, and it's Farmers or Allstate, whoever, and they say they only cover at the time of damage. So she had this coverage. Now she's being assessed $10,000 and has no coverage, even though she had coverage the whole time. Isn't that crazy?
Well, she might not have coverage. What they're saying is they didn't assess it till after you canceled the coverage.
Right.
So, yeah, but that's it.
But then the new insurance is saying we only cover the date of the damage.
Yeah, so she bought like this.
Yeah. So you think she's going to end up screwed?
If both policies truly say that, she is screwed. Yeah.
That seems,
we'll see what Brian says.
That seems really unfair.
I think we've had that call before. I think we've had that exact same thing.
I'm going to see. She does everything right for her insurance.
Well, she
and
thought
she's
she did.
Screwed.
Yeah.
That's really.
Who switched her insurance?
I don't know who switched her.
I mean, the broker should have told her this.
You could have a chronic condition.
So you might
Does
want
everybody get a broker? Do you have a broker for every time you switch insurances?
Brian Burns.
But sometimes you switch our car and reshop without ever talking to Brian.
Nope, never have. Not since I've used Compass, I never have.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Nope, never have. I've double-checked pricing. I stay on top of everything, but I've never had any issue. He's always done it perfectly.
Gotcha.
Or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking
you guys, we've got the drama going today.
stomach area pain and swelling. Talk to your doctor today.
Yesterday, I wasn't in a great mood. Today, Tommy's not in a great mood.
Eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals. K-How News Time, 11:03.
State health officials are moving away from a COVID-19 test due to some concern about accuracy. That includes use of places like nursing homes, homeless shelters, and other settings. The move is being made after the FDA found that the oral swab test from Curative may produce false negatives. Admitted testing sites are also expected to stop using them in coming weeks. People who tested negative using that method are, after January 13th, are urged to get retested. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office and Safeway are working to protect people from gift card scams. Chief Deputy Kevin Duffy says scammers are calling people pretending to be the cops.
Either they have a warrant for them, or that they've missed jury selection, or one of their loved ones is in the hospital, or is in a jail out of state.
Wasn't the assessment coverage, don't we get calls where sometimes when you buy assessment coverage, it covers at the time of the actual loss or the time of the assessment?
So speaking of that, I had already sent Brian Burns all the policy paperwork ahead of time, so he's on for line 3 for us to do that. Now, Dad has a new carpet guy that she signed up, scheduled for 11. Do you want to work him in? You want me to give him a call and work him in?
Sure.
Okay.
We can, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Crash and the bridge damage from this morning. You estimated time when it will reopen. Southbound I-25. The right lane is now open.
Haven't we had those where the assessment coverage is both?
It's both what?
You have special assessment coverage, and some companies say, okay, it happens at the time when the roof got hurt. Other companies say you get paid when you actually get assessed it.
That's right.
Some companies do it one way, some do it the other.
Backdate the claim and say we were not insuring you at the time this was incurred.
Or if you drop that insurance and get another company and then try to go back, they say, well, you didn't have an assessment at that time. Even if the damage happened at that time, you didn't get assessed while you had our coverage. Right? So it can go either way. And this lady got fucked.
Or that Dr. Adam Graves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their products are created using the highest quality CBD in the country. They guarantee potency and purity, and their formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at bluesky-cbd.com. Use promo code KNOW for 30% off and try the same bottle ice for only $14. You're not going to be disappointed. bluesky-cbd.com. Promo code KNOW for 30% off.
Busy day, man. It's good.
We've become so much more than a fixed frequency from a radio tower. Take your radio with you. 630 K-How is now available on multiple platforms and thousands of devices. Listen to Denver's talk station from anywhere.
Stream online
at KHOW.com. It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword CASH to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's CASH to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Talk 713-8255. Welcome. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, and to make your life a little easier. All right? The number is 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Century RV. We've talked about them. They're wonderful people. Century RV, it's car day. You know, it's not like it was before the pandemic, the car day with all our buddies in, but we're still going to take a lot of car problems and questions, complaints, and of course all your other problems. But Century RV, 303-453-1111. What I really love is that they have a service department because, Mark, you can't get your motorhome into a regular bay, and that's something a lot of people just overlook. But Century RV can service it and sell it, new and used, 303-453-1111, centuryrv.com. Okay, so What you're perched to say something? I'm going to talk to Gabby about special assessment. What about you?
Yeah, real quick, though. Car, I got one for sale, so I'm going to use our time on the air to tell everybody about it in a little bit.
Are you going to tell people about a personal car?
Yes, and it's
Shame
awesome.
on you, Mark.
It's awesome. 2015 Hyundai
I'm gonna charge Mark a commission on this sale.
2015.
I'm gonna get a commission.
Hyundai Santa Fe, great shape.
Why don't you trade him in? The guy asked me that the other
I don't
day.
trade him in, no way.
But why?
Because they rip you off. They rip your face off when you trade in a car. I don't care what you say. Listen to this, though.
No, tease it. I need to take Gabby.
All right, it's got a brand new engine from the factory and a brand new transmission from the factory.
See, that was wonderful. They blew an engine. It wasn't their fault. They got a brand new one. So hold on. Okay, so Gabby has a problem. Go ahead, Gabby. Explain your problem. I'm going to bring up our insurance expert, Brian Burns, from Compass Insurance Group, to listen. Go ahead, Gabby.
Well, hello,
Hey.
you guys. It's very nice of you to take my call. So I live on the west side of town in a townhome community with an HOA, governance.
Yeah.
So, let's see, in June of 2020...
When did you buy it first? When did you buy it?
I bought this place in 2015.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we had the big storms in last summer. We had a microblast, and then we had a hailstorm. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was in June of 2020. And at the time, I had a special assessment policy on my homeowner's policy with AAA.
Now,
Okay.
special assessment, for those listening, I just want to tell people, special assessment coverage. Brian Burns, explain what that is, a special assessment coverage.
Sure. It's an endorsement you would add to your condo policy that would give you coverage if your HOA was to apply an assessment to you because of a covered loss. In other words, like she's getting ready to talk about the hail damage, her mortgage company or her HOA company did not have enough money to cover this, or else there's a high deductible. And so now they are going to assess each unit owner to help participate with that.
And
correct.
Okay, so what happened, Gabby?
So on
Were you
November 11th...
Were you
Go ahead.
assessed something?
$9,300.
And what is it for?
Roof damage.
Is it for the deductible or for the whole job?
It's for the deductible.
So so you guys, as a development, must have a giant deductible.
I don't know their whole thing. I think it's like $1 million or something like that.
So
or
how
5%
much?
of their assets.
Okay, but whatever it is, this deductible was sent out and split among all of you, is what you're saying.
Yes.
So you're not complaining about the assessment being unfair. You're complaining about the assessment coverage you have, right?
Right.
What happened?
So I switched companies this last summer, right before we got that assessment letter. So when I got the assessment letter, I contacted AAA because I was covered at the time, right?
Yeah, but AAA covered you at the time the damage occurred, right?
I was covered at that time.
By
yes.
AAA.
Yes.
And the new company was covering you when you got the letter.
Correct.
Okay, Brian, just one thing at a time. Brian, do companies start coverage? Do they cover from the claim or from the assessment?
Here's a really hard part to have to tell you. It differs, and that is a joke. It shouldn't. The insurance division knows of this problem.
What do you mean it differs? Well, what do you mean it differs? Explain what that means.
Well, and I know I've already looked at the policies for Gabby, and unfortunately, AAA, their coverage it comes whenever the assessment occurs. So if you get a letter from the assessment company, if your policy is in force at that time, then AAA's coverage would apply. Okay, and that I will tell you in advance is the vast majority of companies. Almost all of them have gone to that.
So when you get assessed, not for what the assessment is, right?
That's right. Not for when the occurrence is. When you're assessed.
So if she discontinued AAA, they rightfully rejected the claim.
Based off of their policy, they did. But the problem is she has Allstate now, and guess what? Allstate's an outlier. Their policy says that they cover if the policy is enforced as of the time of the occurrence.
Oh
not
my
the
God!
assessment.
Oh my
So guess
God!
what?
Gabby got
There's a
caught.
gap.
Gabby got caught.
Now, wait, though. Gabby, when you change, do you use a broker, or did you do this yourself?
Well, I just called my local Allstate agent.
Well, here's what
Wait a minute. Hold on.
If they
Hold on.
use Compass would have asked her this question, though.
Did anything occur in the last few months?
Yes, Brian, wouldn't have you asked when they ask about special assessment?
Yes, and more than that, Mark, every company I write for does it off of the assessment date, so it eliminates that threat because
she would have been covered.
She would have been covered because it's based off of when you're actually assessed.
Okay, so hold on. But we can't say that the Allstate agent did her wrong. She called Allstate. She asked for a policy, and they sold her one.
No, I'm just saying if he was a really good agent, and he would have thought of that, though. He would have said, hey, how often do people... It just pisses me off. You know Allstate sucks.
Of course. But, Mark, there's nothing Allstate could have done about it because she had already canceled and she was switching, right?
Well, I don't know about that.
Or maybe not. Maybe, Gabby, he should have said, wait a minute, did you have any occurrences in the last few months? You maybe keep them until you get assessed. Maybe that's right. I don't know. I think that's too much to ask of an agent, really. I mean, to be fair. Now, Gabby, you said you called your local Allstate office. Did you have Allstate on anything else?
Not at the time.
Okay.
I used to be with Allstate years ago, so that's why.
By the way, just to put a bee in your bonnet, they're probably one of the worst companies you could have, just so you know.
Well, you just heard Brian say they're the outlier. They're the ones that are screwing people in this position.
Well, not just this. I mean, when it comes to, there's what we call the top 5, in my opinion, which the complaints and whole company culture is not for policyholders. And that would be Allstate, State Farm, Farmers, American Family, and Fred Loya.
God, Fred Loya, though.
They are the worst 5 companies, and I will never have those companies. They may or may not give you good deals on some things. They just happen to. But, Gabby, listen, you're screwed on this 9300. This is an amazing problem because guess what? You can't even. I mean, this goes to a super lien status. Just so you know. Do you know that?
What does that mean?
What that means is this. It goes ahead of everything on your property, even your first mortgage. So your mortgage people are going to call it due if you don't pay it because it supersedes your mortgage. It is called a super lien when levied by the HOA. HOAs have tremendous power. But I have another question, though. Do you have equity? Can you refi? Rates are really, really low.
You know...
In 2015, when you did this, rates were not as favorable as now. You can refi, put the 9300 in it, call it good. Because, Gabby, no matter what you do, I mean, it's no one's fault. You can't make someone cover you.
And you will pay it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, and just to tell you, in my opinion, who should really bear some of the, I mean, not that they're going to be held liable, but to me, the Division of Insurance knows of this problem. This is what regulations should protect people from. I don't care if it's a current date or the assessment date, but it should be uniform.
Well, Brian, don't you think whoever sold her that policy should have asked that? I'm not saying they were legally bound to, but my God, it's a special assessment policy. If you know about this issue, shouldn't they?
Mark, first of all, it's not like she went in to buy special assessment coverage. She bought homeowners, and it was an endorsement, meaning that I don't really think
most people we talk to don't have special assessment coverage.
Most condo people do now.
Well, maybe.
Mark,
we
maybe
get a
I'm
lot
wrong.
of calls going,
Brian,
hey, I don't have anything.
Brian, maybe I'm wrong. Do most policies now for condos and townhomes kind of throw that in or not?
Well, for $1,000, Tom, you have to actually assess. You have to actually endorse it to change that.
Wait. It costs about $1,000?
No. I'm sorry. Most condo policies now include $1,000 of loss assessment, but you can endorse that up. It costs next to nothing. I mean, we're talking
up to
$30 a year.
Yeah.
Hey, Attica, how many condos?
No, $1,000 is automatically included.
Yeah, I got that. How many units are there, by the way? Roughly.
189.
See, here's the other thing that it's driving me insane. 189 times 10,000 is what, Tom? You're the math guy.
Yeah, right. But it's a lot. How about that? It's a lot.
Well, okay, they must not have insurance.
No, that is just the deductible.
You're okay, what is the math? 189 times 10.
Is it 10 grand each?
Yeah. 189,000, right? Or
no, times 10.
You're talking.
I'm talking 1.8 million.
So you're telling me their roof costs more than that?
Or almost 1.9.
I don't know what roofs cost for that.
Could that be?
Yeah, this is common, Tom. These commercial policies on these HOAs, and these are big developments. They have gone to huge deductibles, and they are relying on the unit owners to have loss assessment coverage. At some point, there'll be a reckoning on this because the personal line policies, these condo policies, don't charge nearly enough to be able to take on this exposure. But that's what's happened, and so this is super common.
Okay. Thank you. Now, by the way, home of the insurance checkup is, and don't go away, Gabby, home of the insurance checkup is Compass Insurance, and you can get an insurance checkup of all your coverages, and they'll check it with 20 companies. And if you're a good match, they'll tell you. If you have a great deal, they'll tell you. 303-996-9000 or theinsurancehelpcenter.com. We're going to take a break, and then, Gabby, I have some suggestions. We ought to look at refi, really, honest to God. And then what about a wheelchair? The guy in a wheelchair who cleans up exit ramps. We're going to talk to him.
I'm Alec Goldberg. Listen to my podcast, Here's the Thing, on iHeartRadio.
You good on those two? Yeah, I feel so bad for her. I did, in the middle of the call, she ended up sending me more docs. I don't think it's what you were looking for. I think they're denial letters. But, Brian, if you think there's anything that can be done, if you had more information, I'm happy to get it for you.
K-How Troubleshooter Show, do not run off. Hang on one sec.
You know, that's why I wondered if she was misunderstanding, but it sounds like that's neither here nor there anyway. Okay. All right, man. Hey, thanks so much for your time. I'm sure I'll be talking to you next week again. Have a nice weekend. Bye. Line 2. Troubleshooter Show. What is your first name? Russell, hi. In a sentence or less, what would you like?
Optimized for search engines, but there's something else. Load times. That's right. People don't stick around for long and slow websites. So they can tell you how to optimize your website, and they'll give you tips free of charge. GetFoundFast.com. No obligation to hire them. GetFoundFast.com.
Homeowners experiencing pipe leaks or low water pressure? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? These are signs of pipe failure due to old corroded pipes. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high quality PEX.
Mark, this law is quite extensive. Well, the as-is law for cars. Say it again. For cars, it's way more than people think.
Yeah, but no one ever does it. I know.
But they can. They can.
I'd love to hear someone that did it. Some of these things I always think are just, it's fucking weird.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows. But you don't want to play the waiting game because you're likely to get burned. Call Ideal Home Loans today where you can take advantage of our interest rate guarantee and cash out some of the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Call us today at 867-7000 to talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Michael Brown here. I want to take a minute to talk to you about something
Hello?
that changed my life. Blue Sky CBD.
Yes, sir.
We talked about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rolling. And you've heard how much the Pet Love formula has helped our pet.
Yeah. I sent my wife there, and she's going to be waiting. She has a white Mercedes Fastback. It's a little coupe, or a little four-door, I mean. So you'll see her, and she's going to be looking out for you, and she has your number.
The reason behind this is their products are created using the highest quality CBD in the country.
Eddie V's? Eddie V's? No. Orchard.
Lose offense 24/2021 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 33. The NFL entities as defined in the official rules do not offer to sponsor this promotion in any way. Warning: this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Inspiration is amazing. It can turn this into this. Put it all together, and you get something special. Views putting it all together with a special price. 99 cents for Views Also Power User. Available in-store and at Views.com. Views, charge beyond paper products. And the sale 99 cents plus tax. Also temporary. Website restricted to age 21 and over. Tobacco consumers.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
Snowy weather holding off in Denver till early next week. Today, quiet, the high 48 with mostly sunny skies. But mountain snow showers begin today. I'm Fox 31, employed weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. New to the Wendy's 2 for $5 lineup is their classic chicken sandwich. So go grab a 2 for $5 deal and pick 2 faves, like a Dave single.
Did you get a response from who?
Oh,
yeah. I'm going to tell you. A long talk about the lenders.
630 K-House.
About the lenders. I got a response. About. No. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Russell is an HOA board member and has a comment on special assessments. We've been talking about people in condos and townhomes, and let's say they have a project needs a roof or whatever, an insurance thing. The insurance thing may have a deductible. That may be way more than they have in the bank. They're allowed to do special assessments. And they're capital calls, really. Just you got to make a payment. And some people have that coverage in their insurance policy. There are other special assessments. What if it's normal maintenance? What if they do a parking lot? Sometimes they have to do, if they repave the parking lot, have to do a special assessment. Sometimes insurance doesn't cover that kind of special assessment. Sometimes it only covers an insurance loss. But anyway, Russell has a comment. I'm not sure what he wants to comment. Go ahead, Russell.
Hey, I was just going to let you know, I went through this whole, or I should say our board and our complex went through this whole process last summer. And first they need to get a good broker for the insurance, and then they put out things for all the insurances. But what the process now is that the very small pool of insurers that will even insure condominiums or townhomes in Colorado, they have basically called us a catastrophe type state, and they don't insure roofs anymore. So ours went up to roughly 10 or 12,000 per unit, but now your association.
What do you mean 10 or you mean to put a roof on?
HOA.
Yeah, so every single person that belongs to an HOA pretty much in Colorado now is going to have to have a special assessment coverage
for
from
roofing.
Your own insurance
for roofing
of at least about, it depends on how much your total roof is divided by the amount of units, but like ours is $10,000 a person. That's not the HOA's fault or anyone's fault. That's the insurance companies will no longer insure Colorado townhomes and condominiums roofs anymore, so they're doing that by raising their deductible. So ours is $1 million. We just put a new one on last year. It was $1 million, and it was an older policy, so it was actually covered. But they dropped us, of course, and now we have a new company. And
so you guys are you're basically self-insured for roofing.
Every single condo and townhome in Colorado is pretty much going to be self-insured for roofing. Now, what you're insuring yourself for is if a building burns down or things like that. But yeah, as far as roofs are concerned, I don't care where you live in Colorado. That's going to be the case in a condo and a townhome. And I'm sure the HOA would have sent them a notice, because we did.
Is it just hail, or is it I'm sorry, is it just the roof, or is it all hail and wind?
Oh.
Any basic catastrophe roof claim is going to have
So it's the roof.
Essentially a deductible for the whole roof. Now, if say you have a roof, a total loss on your roof, but you also lose gutters and, other stuff, well, that stuff will probably wind up being covered because it'll go over the deductible. But I can tell you for a fact that every condo complex or townhome complex in Colorado is going to have the same issue, and you're going to need to have your own special assessment insurance.
You got to wonder how many people. You got to wonder how many people can cop up $10,000 like that.
Hold on, Brian. Brian Burns, Compass Insurance Group. Hey, Brian. He just said he's a member of an HOA, and he says virtually all insurance companies that insure the project, not individuals, but that insure HOAs, are excluding roofs. Is that true?
Not excluding roofs, but like I had mentioned before, extremely large deductibles to the point where for a fact you don't have the reserves for that, so you're banking on loss assessment coverage to the individual. So yes, he's right. It's not excluded, but very, very high deductibles to the point where they'll never be able to absorb that deductible.
And where the insurance company is really, really lowering their risk.
Well, yeah, but it's just basically passing it on to the personal line side, and all these HOAs are sending out letters to their members, to their unit owners, telling them, you better get loss assessment coverage. And right now, it is absolutely a very affordable way to go. But I will tell you, the last thing I was going to tell you also is that there are carriers out there that if you read their policy, even if you have a $20,000 amount of coverage for loss assessment, if you read the policy language, it will say they cap it at $1,000 if it is as a result of an HOA deductible. I think it's the worst endorsement I've ever seen.
So it's worthless.
It's worthless. And so I had a company that did it for a while, and we dropped it. I said, I'm moving every single condo policy we have.
What these companies are saying that are selling these endorsements is that if you buy them and it's actually assessed as a not actually doing the roof, but as part of the deductible, it's only $1,000, even though you got $20,000 in coverage.
What do you wait? Oh my God! So that's it.
You said it exactly right, and I'll tell you. Think about that. That's probably 99% of the claims out there.
That's so tricky.
It's going to be the deductible. So it's a worthless coverage if your company says that.
That's why and people listening, you got to use someone like Brian that knows what the hell they're talking about. Think of that Allstate guy that screwed that woman.
By the way, here's what I have to say. Warning, 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 Will Robinson. Remember that? Okay, people never remember my little...
Who the hell's Will Robinson?
Oh, okay, it's like the robot on Lost in Space. Warning, warning. Okay, danger, Will Robinson. Well, anyway, what I'm saying is, if you're a condo owner nowadays, it's very risky. Very, 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 very risky. So thank you, Brian Burns, Compass Insurance, by the way, home at the insurance checkup, 303-996-9000. Listen, do you realize what this means? This means that you can be screwed big time with a condo. In essence, this may devalue condos. I'm serious. Now, Gabby, so
yes,
how much...
I have one comment, though, to make before we go on. I had loss assessment insurance with AAA for $10,000. As soon as they sent that letter out that said we needed to get it, I got it.
Yes, but you're missing it. They don't cover it until you get assessed.
Right. It's from the assessment date.
That's how most companies do it, as Brian said. The one you switch to is the one that's putting the screws to you.
So, well, actually, they both are inconsistent, and you got caught in the middle. That's what happened. So, Gabby, your coverage was from the date of assessment, so you dropped them before you were assessed. You got a new company who goes back to claim date, but they had not covered you on the claim date. Suzanne.
So she did everything right, and she's screwed.
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. And Gabby, for whatever reason, I don't know if you know this person, but I'd be hanging out in front of that Allstate office telling people that he sucks.
Okay. But you know what? I don't like Allstate, Mark. But there's no way this guy could have foreseen this.
Brian would have told you.
No, I don't think he would have.
Yes, he said he would have.
No.
Anytime they do special assessment and they're switching, Brian says he brings it up and makes sure what's going on.
So does she have any options at all going forward?
But what Mark is saying is that this guy should have said this. Okay, now,
what I'm saying is Compass would have, and other people on our referral list would have.
He's saying, now listen, Mark, I love Brian Burns at Compass Insurance, and I know they take good care of us and their customers. But I think it's way easy to look back on this and say, I want to know if that's their routine
Let's get him back on.
Well, no, I'm not, because he'll say yes. I don't know. I'm not calling him a liar either. Here's what I'm saying. He thought that your Allstate should have said, okay, we're switching to assessment coverage that covers you from the date of impact. So if you had any losses in the last so months, you're not going to be covered by us. Do you have other coverage in place that you should keep in place? I don't know, Mark. I don't know if we could expect that.
They ask, has there been any hail damage or anything else going? That's what they ask when they do special assessment.
Okay. All right. I'd like to ask anyone listening who's in the insurance business, is that asking too much of an agent? By the way, just so you know, I'm not saying it's asking too much. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying it seems weird that someone would probe that deeply. Now, by the way, we have Colorado Pain Care coming up at noon, right after the news. And Gabby, here's what I want to know. Yes. Do you have enough equity to do a refi and take money out to pay this?
I have equity, but my financial situation, my credit score, all those other things are not favorable.
Oh, no. Oh, no. So what is your FICO roughly?
660.
You're on the cusp.
680.
Do you have income? Do you have income?
Yes, I have a decent job. But see, I've had health issues in the past too, and I've had to use credit to pay things other than my
this sucks,
doctor bills.
What's your rate right now?
My home it's like 3.25.
Yeah. Listen, do you have enough money on your credit cards?
I do.
To get this assessment paid?
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's all you can do. Listen.
What about letting them slap a lien and then?
No.
No, you can't do that.
No, because the lien will cause problems with her.
You know what I would do?
And with her credit, and with all kind. I think it accrues at more percentage than even her credit.
There's a lot of credit cards right now. I don't know about yours, but it's worth asking. Say, hey, can I get some of those checks for like a balance transfer right now that carry a somewhat decent interest rate for a while? Sometimes he'll do that for you if you ask.
303-713-TALK.
Wouldn't you fucking piss? So you think that an agent would go into that depth? Here's what I think, and I would almost say I know. Brian would ask me that question. Okay. I have no doubt. Now I have a sponsor. Is this both hands?
From the Best Buy Sports. No, isn't it Simply Floors? And he's
I'll do Simply Floors. And he can do that back to back. We have 888 now.
Is thermometer runoff. Was knocked down. No estimated time when that roadway will reopen.
We'll just do them back to back. Yeah.
Watch out for another crash off highway at Bellevue and Sims. Back out on the highway drive, you're looking good across the metro area. I-70, I-25 looking good through town. Up north, northbound I-25 remains fully shut down between 402 and Highway 34. The right lane of southbound I-25 is now open that stretch. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly sunny with a high of 49. Right now, 35. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
New to the Wendy's 2 for $5 lineup is their classic chicken
sandwich.
Grab a 2 for $5 deal and pick 2 faves, like a Dave Single Spicy Chicken Sandwich, Nugs, and now the Classic Chicken Sandwich, 2 for just $5. Price and participation may vary, limited time only.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy and Karen Mitchell, husband and wife team, started this company and joined a buying group so they could buy at a discount and pass those savings on to customers. They still make money, but they have the best installers, the best financing, and the best prices in the business. Simply Floors Inc. is where you make your appointment. Now, you can make an appointment to go into their showroom, 52nd and Ward, the southwest corner, make an appointment, or do it in your home. It's SimplyFloorsInc.com. Mark and I both use them. And Mark, 888heating.com. That's it. I want you to remember that. 888heating.com, an HVAC company with choices. If you want something fixed, they'll give you a price on fixing it. They're not going to cram a new furnace down your throat if you can't afford it.
The other thing is, if you do want a new furnace, they have economical units that virtually everyone can afford, and they have high efficiency units. The fact is, they give you choices, and most people don't. And guess what? They also do water heaters. You need a water heater? 888heating.com. Here's their number. Put it in your phone. 720-927-6888. 720-927-6888. 888.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds.
You're saying that vaccine, Fauci's saying that vaccine doesn't work very well on some of those newer strains. Why? I don't know. I just saw it come up.
Nature Doc and Chill. If you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist, go to CuriosityStream.com to learn more and sign up today.
If you've ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise showing. What if I told you there was a stress-free way to buy and sell a home? Well, go to Orchard.com. Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price,
Wouldn't it be fucked up if this truly is a new normal? You're just constantly staying away.
I told you that is. I never go back. I've said that. I mean because we have become such a pansy-ass society. And Mark, this freedom of speech thing is going to get worse. It's going to, you know what? Here's the problem. When the majority of people don't give a fuck because they like the control, we don't have any hippies anymore. We don't have fucking people to speak up. It's sad, Mark. It's sad.
Your business really bothers to business, but things are a little
Young
different
people
than
are
6 months ago.
especially
What does that mean for your
control,
customers?
which is the
And when
oddest
things are
fucking
constantly
world.
changing, how do you know you're
These
making the right
middle-aged
decisions?
kids, these
What you need
young
is research.
married couples with
Research
kids with
record is
Bambi and
the easy
Chambi
way
and
to
all
learn
that,
about
they're
your
all fucked up.
And it's
These
affordable
vegan
for businesses of all
motherfucking
sizes.
just
So,
over, you know,
ask the question,
they're not,
and
they
research
don't have
record
an
polls
ounce
the
of
biggest
independence
group
in
of
their
people
soul.
to find out what they think.
I mean,
no having to define an audience.
how do we
or
forge new
even
frontiers with this
results.
fucking
Just
attitude?
data
I don't
make
think you do.
smarter decisions. Think of it like a gut check for
I
your
don't mean to
plan to
single out
re-enter
fucking
the
vegans
market.
either, by the
That way, your first move is your best move. So before you reopen your store, reach out to your customers or
Okay, so
surprise
Roger,
yourself
this is
to
not
an
asking too
audience.
much of an
Talk to Research Raccoon and get
We ask these questions routinely. Mark,
I'm telling you, why wouldn't you? They ask all the questions about auto.
Even doubts that the agent really knew that was an endorsement in the policy. He was just selling the policy.
Michael Brown here.
So
I'm going
he
to take a minute to talk to you about something
And
that's
again,
changed
I
my
believe
life.
them. I'm from that now.
CBD.
Brian's not going to lie about it.
Relief it's given me with hip pain after rolling.
No, the problem is the agent saw a big commission coming if he can switch her over to everything, and ended up fucking her.
Serves as the director of research and development, or that Dr. Adam Graves and Castle Rock and countless other.
If he was good, he should have said, hey, wait a month, or wait till the assessment comes, then switch over and I'll save you money. That way you're covered. Then he would have earned her fucking business forever and ever and ever.
Formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at Blue Sky Diet.
And you were somewhat right. It is included in the policy, but it's only up to 1,000. If you need to be covered by any more than 1,000, you got to buy a rider or
And
whatever.
even when you buy it, the roofing part could be 1,000.
Yeah, and even if you buy 20,000, if it's part of a deductible, it doesn't fucking count.
What if it's part of a roof?
Then it counts.
Not a deductible.
Yeah. Yeah, so in other words, they'd be better off having no fucking insurance. That is some tricky fucking policy language. And Brian's right. The insurance board or whoever the fuck they're called need to get involved. Because that is a total consumer fuck over.
630 KL, an iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom Martino. I am your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Okay, listen, let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get people help they need. And coming up, we're going to talk about pain. Seriously, this could be one of the most important shows you listen to. Okay, Rob, you say you were a victim of business loan fraud. What's happening, Rob?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Appreciate your show.
What's going on, man? What's happening?
Well, so received a coupon or a payment coupon in the mail back in end of August, September. Basically, it was from the Small Business Association Disaster Loan, and discovered when I got the payment coupon, it just says that this is just for interest, not for the principal.
All right, how much was the loan?
$45,000.
And is it in your name or your company name?
No, it's in my name. They had the street address, they had my social security number. The only thing that was different was my email address was not the same on the loan.
Well, then how did you get the email? Or did you not get an email?
I did not get an email. I got in the mail, a post mail.
Okay, so what did you do? Did you report the fraud?
I reported the fraud to them, the Small Business Administration, Federal Trade Commission, froze my credits, Colorado Bureau of Investigation, Arapahoe County, Police, Sheriff's Office. I mean, I did all that, but I haven't heard anything back from small business. I've tried to contact them a couple of times, and
but you're not getting harassed or collected, are you?
Well, no, because the loan doesn't come due until next summer.
Okay. So what do you want from us? Do you want us to get through the red tape or try to figure out where it is or what?
There should be a place you just fill this out online on the SBA site.
You mean as far as what, Mark? Inquiry?
No, saying you're a victim of fraud. I mean, one of my old companies, Colorado Car Care, someone applied for an SBA loan during the pandemic back then when everything was shut down.
Wait. Just now? This pandemic?
Like 5-6 months ago.
And how did you find out about it?
I got a letter saying, your loan has been approved or whatever.
But you don't own it anymore, so did you contact the current...
No, it's gone. It's not just that I don't own it anymore. That corporation is gone.
Oh, my God. So what did they do?
They said where to go, and it was somewhere like SBA.gov, blah, 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 and you fill out a form there.
And did you do that?
Yeah, of course I did, and I haven't thought about...
it wasn't on your Social Security number like it is his. That's a little different.
Yeah, mine was on my old EIN number for Colorado Car Care.
And yours is on your personal name, Rob?
Yes, sir.
Do you want...
Now, I did contact SBA. I filed a complaint.
What business was it for, though? What did it say? What kind of business?
Well, it was not for a business. It just, I don't know.
Well, it has to be.
You're right. They didn't disclose to me anything about the loan that was provided. Because they said...
It was rampant, man. You weren't the... Rob, I'm just trying to make you feel a little better. It was rampant. I don't think you're going to... There's no way, unless if you're the one doing something fraudulent, that they're going to be able to do anything.
Okay. Well, it's just scary, obviously, to continue to get these payments.
Oh, it was crazy, man. During that same period of time, how many credit cards did we have show up at our house, Suzanne? I mean, literally, how many debit cards for unemployment?
Like 7, 8 of them.
It was like every day we were getting scammed. I mean, it's so rampant right now between the state of Colorado and the federal government and the SBA administration. I have no idea how they even, wake up and unlock a door because it's so horrible.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. So listen... I would go to their website to see if there's anything to continue to report it, but it's probably reported, and the reason you haven't heard is they're not going to do anything. They know there are so many of these. I would go and also check my credit. If it's not on your credit, they're not doing anything.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk.
That impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now,
what is this wheelchair thing?
$6.30 KHOW.
New to the Wendy's 2 for $5 lineup is their classic. The 2 for $5 deal and pick 2 faves, like a Dave single spice.
theartofgranite.com. I direct you to that website. It'll give you a glimpse into the art of granite in gold. And you can visit there if you make an appointment, or they can come to your home or do a virtual appointment. Here's the bottom line. Call them. And you'll get a price on the phone. They can price it. Why? Because they know the materials are wholesale to you, so they don't have to worry about that. They know tear-out and hallway's free. They know the bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. So they're simply going to charge you for fabrication and installation. You'll love it. They do quartz, granite, any other solid surface or stone. Direct Stone Importers, 303-386-5919. Get your price on the phone, 386-5919.
Sustained Capitalist, my parents always told us that we were put on this earth to make a difference, each in our own way. Our law firm lives by that motto. We are here to make a difference. We're privileged to make a big difference in the lives of our clients, and often our cases help make lots of other people safer in Colorado and across America. We are a serious firm for serious cases. If you would like our help, you call at 303-770-5551 or hit DanCapitalistLaw.com. That's DanCapitalistLaw.com.
Need a good laugh? Then stop everything and check out the funniest new podcast of the year. I'm talking about This Is Important, the podcast featuring the comic geniuses from the hit TV show Workaholics. Hear Adam Devine, Anders Holm, Blake Anderson, Cal Newacek for today's most important topics. Like, who's he? Are you even sushi? Oh, yes. You can't do that right now. They're sanitized. This is hard-hitting stuff. This is important. Listen to This Is Important on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you worried about credit card debt building up? Maybe looking for ways to save a few $100s a month, maybe $1,000 a month? If you're a homeowner, the answer may be as simple as a mortgage refinance. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing, reminding you that mortgage rates are still near record lows, making it a great time to refinance and consolidate debt into your mortgage. You'll get a lower rate. You'll have fewer monthly payments to focus on. Depending on your tax situation, this may be deductible when your other debts aren't. And you know what else? When you choose American Financing, you don't have any upfront or hidden fees and no pressure, no obligation, and you don't have to reset your loan term, which can mean tens of thousands of dollars in long-term savings. So don't put off a mortgage refinance any longer. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net. Well, it's the start of a new year, and if you're a timeshare owner, you probably just paid your annual maintenance fees. But if you're feeling stuck in your unwanted timeshare, it's not too late to get out, even if you've already paid those fees. This month only, get a maintenance fee credit with Timeshare Termination Team. So for those timeshare owners who have already paid your maintenance fees for this year, it's not too late. Get started with Timeshare Termination Team.
Okay. 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 Okay, Cindy, I'm going to stop you right there because with all due respect, you're going to give Tom all the details. I just need to know what the issue is now. It's still not fixed. They're not communicating. Okay. Oh, they're threatening lien. Okay. So structural repair company threatening lien. Hang tight. Listen to the phone when you hear your name. Come on and tell Tom what's going on, and we'll try to help you out, okay? Sure, hon.
Here you go.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. The Hormone Bros, do you know that they do hormone optimization through BioT? They can do not just testosterone, but the pellets actually, by the way, they also balance your other hormones, but the pellets are an excellent way to get hormone optimization. Mark and Suzanne, they love the Hormone Bros, and Deputy Dan, and just a bunch of us. BioT is a great program, but they do other things like cosmetic procedures and stuff like that. If you want to know where their medical clinic is going, they have an RV. Go to thehormonebros.com or schedule an appointment at thehormonebros.com. Just so you know, they have an office or a clinic also at 470 in Ken Carroll area, thehormonebros.com. All right, so here's the thing. This SBA thing, he hung up. I wasn't completely done, but he did report the fraud. That's the important thing. I was going to have some people make some calls, but report it first. If you hear any whisper, and do your own credit report. In fact, I recommend everyone be part of TransUnion's credit site. Mark, it's free, and they have great tools. Do you know you can freeze your credit everywhere, not just for them? And they also let you do alerts. They let you do a lot of stuff. It's all free now.
Yeah, and credit reports right now, for folks listening, are 100% free from all three bureaus. You don't get your score, but you get everything but the score.
Yeah, but there are other areas you can get scores. All right.
Then you pay.
Steve, what's happening with you, Steve? Steve? Hi.
I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Steve, I am so sorry for the wait, but we want to help you.
Oh, it's okay.
We heard really good things about you. You are in a wheelchair now. What is your lack of ability? What happened?
Well, I've suffered. I really don't want to talk about it, but I've suffered really bad injuries back in '96. It caused about 3 strokes after that.
Are you a veteran? I'm just wondering. Are you a veteran?
I really don't want to talk about that.
Okay. All right.
I will tell you personally that I'm very disappointed. I have to go to other resources to take care of my medical needs.
Are you very disappointed? Just say it, with VA.
Yes.
Because as a side note, and I won't make you go through with it now, but as a side note, we have someone at VA we would love to put you in touch with to help you. And listen, I'm saying, I know you probably tried a lot, but I'm asking you to give us a chance. Now, let's move on. Let's move on to more positive things. Why did you get up one day and decide to start cleaning up your area?
You know, my daughter told me, Dad, look at this place. She doesn't live in Denver. She comes in, and she told me, Dad, this place is terrible.
What is this place? Help me out with that. Where is it?
Right off of Colorado in Evans. It's basically where that's where my daughter loves to go to the movies.
Oh.
And it took me all summer long, but I finally achieved my goal. I picked up the entire field. And
how long did that take you, Steve?
It took me 3 months.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And, you know, when I discovered we got an epidemic going on right now, and I've not only stopped picking up trash over there, I've picked up trash off the university, Yale, Evans.
Suzanne just told me something I didn't realize. You need a new wheelchair. What's wrong with the one you have?
Yes.
Is it electric, I assume?
Yes.
Can that one be fixed?
Well, it's 9 years old.
Oh.
Okay, listen, we're going to help you.
Make sure.
You hold on. Steve, hold on, please. Would you tell him, Suzanne, talk to him. I want him to understand what's happening with the schedule. I will get him on. We will call him right back because I'm going to have some other people on. And Cindy, I'm going to take your problem too. I'm Tom Martino. Also, we're going to talk about Colorado Pain Care coming up. So please stick around on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Grainberry.
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals. If you're starting the new year with a goal to live healthier, then pick up a box or two of the healthiest and most natural cereal in the supermarket. Grainberry, with amazing onyx sorghum, is packed with powerful...
It was a bad address. It wasn't a bad address.
To help protect your body.
So, they arranged to deliver it today.
When we make Grainberry, we care about sugar.
Stephanie said they dropped it off the truck and destroyed it.
With lower sugar than other cereals.
Or are you kidding me? I waited 3 fucking weeks and had headaches getting through it.
It's all like, it's really fucked up.
She refused to eat that.
Oh my God.
This is a fucking nightmare.
How'd they drop it off the truck?
It is a fucking nightmare. It is a fucking nightmare. Jesus Christ. Fucking Home Depot is the worst fucking place that ever fucking lived.
And it's their delivery.
The following program will be recorded.
So what did they tell her? They're going to get another one or what? Hey, good thing she fucking refused it.
$1,000 on KHOW Denver. ABC News, I'm Victor Okendo. Retired Army General Lloyd Austin confirmed by the Senate today.
The yeas are 93, the nays are 2, and the nomination is confirmed.
The vote, 93-2 for Defense Secretary. Austin is now the first African American to lead the Pentagon. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki is expected to hold a briefing this hour. Later today, President Biden will sign another round of executive orders related to easing the economic pain for millions of Americans struggling in the pandemic. Baseball legend and Hall of Famer Hank Aaron passed away. His assistant says he died peacefully in his sleep. The MLB outfielder played his career with the Braves. He broke Babe Ruth's home run record in 1974. Broadcaster Vince Scully made the call for Aaron's 715th home run, breaking Ruth's record against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol.
He was 86. This is ABC News. Britain, hit hard by the coronavirus, now considering tougher border controls, including a total shutdown if necessary. The big concern? Keeping new, potentially more deadly COVID variants out of the UK. The master tenant of an Oakland, California warehouse where dozens died in a 2016 fire is pleading guilty to criminal negligence. The winner of Wednesday's Powerball jackpot, worth $731 million, still hasn't come forward. The ticket bought in Lower Maryland. ABC's Will Reeve is there.
A tiny mining town of 300 families is buzzing. Locals say everyone knows and looks out for each other. Like Richard plans to with his store's $100,000 windfall from selling a winning ticket.
My employees are going to benefit from it, and I'm going to renovate the store.
How are your employees going to benefit?
I'm going to give them some of the money.
Amid all the hoopla, Coney Market employees are grateful for their boss's generosity.
Victor Okendo, ABC News.
I worry about lots of things. My finances, my grandkids.
If you're 65 or older, you have enough things to worry about. Pneumococcal pneumonia shouldn't be one of them. Even healthy adults 65 and older are at increased risk for this potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks.
Nice. Well, I will say you're probably not paid enough. Got pain. 303 got pain. Let's see here. All right. 303 got pain. Dr. Robert Mogum. Okay. I have a couple minutes, right? We're not going back quite yet. No, not quite yet. I got to find my mask. Oh.
Two semi-trailers is causing a major traffic problem on I-25 near Loveland. Some lanes are open, but officials say...
I didn't know if you got my email, but it's Mogum. Dr. Mogum is how you say his last name.
10 inches this season. Fox 31
I'm going to change the red to black. I was just doing that for tease. Do I have the right phone number you want? 303.pain, is that what you want to give out?
Because that goes into our water supply. Yeah. Hitting into this is the season.
If you want to mention...
right now. You know that fucking toolbox I was having a nightmare with?
Gary Kubiak,
Stephanie Meadows is
retiring from football.
You're there?
They dropped it off the truck and moved it.
Oh my gosh.
Am I the only, Mark, I have more fucking I don't care what you say, no one has the problems I have. No one does. No one. It's like I'm targeted so I can talk about shit on the radio.
I don't know if you guys want to have a little fun with the doctor, but he was some sort of star soccer player at Duke University. So, yeah, do you want me to send you his bio so you can look at him?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll send it to you in email.
Center, travel around the Mile High City in pretty good shape right now. A little bit of delay on southbound 225 between Tamarack and I-25, so watch out for that. And off highway, there's a crash being cleared at Bellevue and Sims. Back out on the highway drive, you're looking wide open on I-70 and I-25 through the heart of the city. North of town, northbound I-25 remains closed between Highway 402 and 34 due to that bridge damage from that crash this morning. No ETA of reopening. Southbound is open, only the right lane getting by, though. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly sunny with a high of 49, right now 35. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
New to the Wendy's 2 for $5 lineup is their classic chicken sandwich. So go grab a 2 for $5 deal and pick 2 faves, like a Dave Single Spicy Chicken Sandwich, nugs, and now the classic chicken sandwich. 2 for just $5. Price and participation may vary, limited time only.
I'm Alec Goldberg. Listen to my podcast, Here's the Thing, on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk with artists, policymakers, and performers, like Kristen Bell.
I always like to say I like being an actress, but I love being Kristen. So I prioritize that a little bit more than my...
Just so you know, his name is pronounced, if you see it, it's just a different spelling. You click on it, it's Mogum, is how you pronounce it.
Mogum?
Mogum. He is young, but he's pretty accredited, if that's what you want to call it. I just like the soccer player part. I think that's a lot of fun about a doctor.
To demand and receive full compensation and to live their best lives. We are a serious firm for serious cases, and we take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. Reach me at 303-770-5551 or at dancaplisslaw.com. That's Dan Caplis Law.
Back on in about 30.
Caplis Show.
Afternoons 4 to 6.
What's up, man? Have some fun. Look around some corners. What's the...
Not much. Same old, same old.
22, the path to defeat Polis, to defeat Bennett. Join me at 4.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword, EASY, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info.
All right. You're back on about 5 10.
That's EASY to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303.
713 Talk, 303-713-8255. So, people, we are here to solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, to make your life a little easier. And we have on, do we know how long we have in case we get calls? Do we know?
A good while, Tom.
Okay. And by the way, Doc, if we get calls, we will continue as long as calls come in. We'll also come back to you for various questions in between, and we can call you back or keep you on hold, whatever. And Dr. Robert Mogum is with Colorado Pain Care. This is a very unique practice. Now, you may have heard of pain management in the past, and I just want to be straight with you, straight right up front. A lot of time, pain management used to be code word for where do I get my drugs? And that is not what we're talking about. In fact, quite the opposite. This is a real pain management and pain care facility because they want people not to accept pain and not to get their and not to get their drugs filled and be on drugs the rest of their lives. So I want to say that up front. Now, medications, of course, are used when they have to be. Their goal, though, is to have you get your life back and get normal, or back to normal, or back to what you were. So I'm going to let him explain that. And I want you to call if you have any pain of any kind. Sometimes, pain's minor and temporary, right? We all have aches and pains here and there. I know I struggled with pain for years, and it is a terrible cycle. It starts affecting you mentally. They even have ways to deal with that. So, without further ado, Dr. Robert Mogum, and I'm going to ask you to call if you have any questions. You can call 303-MARTINO if you'd want, 303-627-8466. Also, and there are a lot of emails I've gotten over the years and over the months, so I'm going to pass them on. I was so anxious and so happy to get a clinic like this on my referral list, a real one. There were times I could have gotten other clinics on, but I didn't want to because they were just a one-stop place. Like we'd have a guy that does acupuncture and calls himself a pain clinic. But not that there's anything wrong with acupuncture, but what I wanted was an integrated clinic. I wanted a group of docs that do a whole bunch of stuff. So, Dr. Mogum, let's talk. That's one of your hallmarks. You don't have one thing at Colorado Pain Care. Doctor?
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Dr. Mogum. Thank you for having me on the show. Really appreciate it.
You don't have just one thing. That's one of the main things I want to get across.
Absolutely. No, I mean, we believe in using multiple avenues of managing pain that ultimately are not so dependent on just medications. And so that's the key point that's really important for the viewers to understand.
Yeah.
All our goals are the same. We want to keep them safe. We want to keep them as pain-free as possible and be able to, live their normal lives and do the activities that we all love to do.
Why do you stand out as a clinic? What's different about you? I mean, I know what it is. I've listened to you guys. So you're a group of local doctors, not a big chain. You accept most insurances. But tell me about what makes you guys unique. What do you think?
Well, for one, we understood that this area of medicine is very challenging and very difficult and often misunderstood. So one, we wanted to provide an avenue for patients to really get honest, objective, and professional and ethical and sound medical advice so that they can plan accordingly.
Yeah.
And that's very key and important. So if you think of primary care providers, they do a lot for physicians in terms of, guiding their care. We would somewhat be similar. We'd be kind of like your quarterbacks. You come in, you get an evaluation, and what we do is we assist the entire process from questions, education, to, hey, these are the things that are most important, and these are actually the expectations, that we have found over treating, over 3,000 patients in 2020.
But you deal with here's the problem, not the problem, but the challenge, I think, with a pain care clinic. You're not dealing with one ailment. It's not like somebody has, they broke their neck, or somebody has a diabetes and has neuropathy, or you're taking people with every kind of problem.
Absolutely. Head to toe is what I like to say. So from headache pain to toe pain and everything in between, there are definitely mechanisms in which can address those pain. It just depends on where those pain generators are coming from.
But most of these people are under a doctor's care already. So what do? Like if they're under a doctor's care for the diabetes or something else, then they still can come to you for the pain part.
Absolutely, yeah. We are there to support all the other physicians, with this major problem. They can't typically handle it by themselves. They got all these other focuses. So it behooves them to have a team that's really focused on the pain element so that we can take care of the whole patient versus just, one piece of the patient.
I have an instant message that asks, what about just normal arthritis? Do you handle that?
Absolutely. Yeah, arthritis is very painful. It can lead to debilitation and dysfunction.
Do you find when you deal with the pain and get people over that cycle, other good things start happening?
That's a very, very, very good point. Yes, because many of these pain patients really don't have, they haven't had their voices heard all that much over the last 15 to 20 years. It's been very challenging for them. We've gone through an opioid crisis,
right?
Pill crisis, where everything has to be, medication based, which leads to ultimate, dangers. For one, the other is mental health, which is now a big topic with the COVID issues that we're seeing and the lockdowns. And, and then you add medical ailment and concern leads to depression. Our patient population can sometimes have up to 30 to 40% of major depression. And so though we can start seeing things like that change.
I want to ask you about something. Somebody wanted to ask somebody, and I think this person is older, about normal aches and pains. And come on, Tom, isn't this normal? And what do we do? Is there a such thing as normal pain? Hold on, Doc. I'm going to have to take a break. But I want to take Deputy Doc. By the way, happens to be one of our deputies, our investigators, as a retired MD. Hey, Deputy Doc, what happened with the Emic deal? I want to tell people she bought a car. Within 3 days, she smelled something like antifreeze or something. She went back. They said they fixed it. She went back again. She kept smelling it. They said put some miles on it. Now it looks like she needs some kind of major gasket. Could be a head gasket. It's going to cost her a lot of money. She doesn't have the money. I said you bought it as is. They only have to disclose what they know is wrong. This could have been a surprise. So that's it in a really nutshell. What happened, Deputy Doc?
Well, I got in touch with Bob Colbert, who's the owner of Emic.
Yes.
And he spoke to his people. This guy deserves major kudos. I spoke to Jeremy, who is his service manager, and he said there's about $300 or $400 worth of parts and at least 4 hours of labor that needs to be done. They are going to do it on them, no charge to Tabitha. They're gonna make it
great stuff.
So
that's awesome.
This is
Emic rocks.
Yeah, and Deputy Doc rocks.
Yeah, good job, Doc.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Oh, I say we got to give these guys super kudos.
Yes, we are.
Because this is a
we were kind of shocked we even heard something bad about them.
Yeah, and you know what? It is an as-is car deal. They didn't know about it, but they said, you know what? We're going to take care of it. I want to warn people. With as-is, still get your cars checked. This is, it doesn't happen every day that a dealer steps up like this. Emic gets a seal right now of good sportsmanship and good consumerism. We love it. Deputy Doc, I appreciate it, by the way. I have to take this break right now.
That was a good save, man.
Research Raccoon is the easy and affordable way to get smarter about your customers. Whether you need a new name for your business or launching a new product or don't even know what questions to ask, Research Raccoon can poll US-based customers that day, giving you clean data to help you decide. No matter the size of your business, Research Raccoon gives you the tools to learn at an affordable price. So move with confidence with Research Raccoon. Visit researchraccoon.com to learn more. Research Raccoon. Fast results with big data.
All right, let's talk about ideal home loans. I love talking about lenders. Why? Because you hear so much about rates, but there's so much more. For example, ideal home loans will structure a loan that's best for you. Yeah, you can get low rates, but what if you don't want to go back to 30? You can pick any term you want, and they'll pick the term best for you.
Or what if you want to take out enough money to pay off these high-interest credit cards or debt? That's a wise idea now for the first time, but they can structure it so you pay off with your extra money that you're not paying to those credit cards. You pay off that part of the balance quicker. They have all kinds of plans to get you out of debt, to use your equity wisely, even home improvements. There's never been a better time to tap equity. There's never been a better time to refi. You might just want to get a lower payment or shorten your term. Whatever it is, you can customize it with Ideal Home Loans. And they're the only ones I know that have all of these benefits, like the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge, and the custom term loan and credit optimization to tweak your credit quickly and legally to help you get even better pricing. Direct lenders, shop around. You'll find Ideal to be your ideal home loan. IdealHomeLoans.com. Toll free 867-7000.
You thought about buying a new home? Maybe you want something bigger because you're working at home, or maybe you're just ready for a new neighborhood. Well, listen to this. Mortgage rates continue to be at historic lows. Nothing to keep home ownership affordable. It's especially true when you work with Colorado's own American Financing. They across Kaminsky, and I love American Financing, not just because they've been around for 20 years, not just because they're from Colorado, but because I've done my mortgage and my refinance work, so I know that they know what it takes to get you into a home for less. From custom loan programs to down payment assistance, their mortgage consultant can do it all without ever charging upfront or hidden fees. And if you need a realtor, they can connect you with some of the best agents in Colorado. Don't put your new home purchase off any longer. Call American Financing today. 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
So next break is Senate Colorado paying care, but I'm guessing since he's on, that's a no, right?
To the open house.
Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry, I missed it.
No Colorado paying care next break since he's on, right?
I think we don't need it. I'll give out the number enough. Yeah, we can mark it down.
Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, "With Orchard, we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend." Cabot, another client, said, "We didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home." Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started.
Sure, how much? Oh, you paid someone else.
Our next break is should be around 12:30, but 12:30.
So then you go, was it a brand new vehicle or was it used? And then so you go to your mechanic. How much did your mechanic I just need short yeses and nos at this point. Okay, so did your mechanic fix the problem? How much did it cost? Gotcha. I'm going to try to go get this explained to Tommy. We do have a very busy show. We would love to help you. So carve a little time out. I assume you got a little time for us? Listen through the phone. When you hear your name, you're going to come on and tell Tom about this. Try not to get too muddled with details. It sounds like...
Nice drone, man. They are fucking fun.
When we make Grayberry, we care about sugar control. That's why we
You could do some pretty cool commercials with the right drone too, some TV shit. You have it really nice. Mine's pretty good, but not like not what you would do a TV commercial with. They get up around $5 grand.
So follow me on this one. This lady buys a car in May. Dealer can't provide a title. State of Colorado told the dealer you have 30 days to get her a title. They couldn't do it. They said bring the car back. But this whole AC issue she's had since she bought it. Hang on, it's line 2. They recharged it a few times, but it never fixed the issue, so she ended up paying her own mechanic $1,400 to fix the issue. She wants to be reimbursed for having to fix it since she's getting the car back. That's the deal there. I think that's an interesting issue.
You know what? I
better ask the dealership. She said
I think they owe her something.
Yep.
Oh, that's a fucking tough one. Because she bought it as is. No, oh my God. That's a fucking tough one.
Weather can be unpredictable. Be prepared with windshield wipers that can handle anything. Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blades are real-world proven for back on in about 15 seconds. Michelin Endurance XT silicone wiper blade, only available at Walmart.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6. Friday Portland, some seconds, back in. Corners, what's the path to victory for the GOP in Colorado in 22? The path to defeat Polis, to defeat Bennett. Join me for.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Now, I told Mark Szymanski, change the name to Genesis Total Exteriors and Wonderful Interior Home Improvements. No, but he can't do that. GenesisTotalExteriors.com for everything on the outside of the house, roofing down to the decking and painting and fences and siding. And he also does beautiful bathrooms, kitchens, and baths and basements. Listen to this. Every day we hear about home improvement nightmares. It doesn't have to be that way. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. I'm talking to Dr. Robert Mogum, and then I'm going to go to other calls as well, but I do have a couple questions that came in by email, and I'll talk to Dr. Mogum. He's with Colorado Pain Care. The number is 303-GOT-PAIN. Pain is a universal concept. I mean, everyone knows pain, right? And they deal with pain, okay? They have a wide range of modalities. We're not talking about just one thing. And they really work on getting your life back. And they can work with other doctors who are maybe treating underlying conditions, or they can work with you directly. Now, Dr. Mogum, another question. Tom, I have back pain and lower back pain, and so what? I'm getting older. Isn't pain normal? And really, is there anything to do about that? And I wonder that, Dr. Mogum. I mean, is some pain just normal? Damn it, you're getting older. Or is pain not normal?
No, absolutely. I mean, we all will experience pain. I mean, up to 80-90% of the population will have, at some point, some type of pain ailment. The pain will end up becoming pathological when it's sustained or it stays after about 3 months. So 3 months or greater, if the pain stays, then it no longer becomes normal pain.
What if it comes and goes, though? What, like, let's just say lower back pain. What if it comes and goes? Oh, I exerted too much. I mean, there's really nothing. I mean, can you do anything about what I call normal pain?
Yes, you can. Because normal pain can be excruciating, right? It comes, even if it's episodic, it comes and goes.
Right.
But you don't want to throw the kitchen sink at it. So you want to be very cognizant that a lot of times these pain ailments will dissipate over time, but sometimes requires assistance or direction. And so, for example, at Colorado Pain Care, we'll use things like physical therapy. We'll use certain targeted procedures. We'll also use medication management, but we'll use that under proper supervision and the right tool.
Sure.
And we'll combine all those therapies, and what we call that is a multimodal approach to managing pain. And that can also occur with your normal aches and pains, such as your low back pain that comes and goes. You can utilize these therapies to accelerate the relief. And then ultimately, you then can determine the type of things you have to do in order to manage the pain. So it gets you information about your body and those things that will allow you to, work, do yard work, your daily functional activities. All those things become a lot easier to do once you know and understand your own body. Sometimes that takes some help.
All right. So what I'm going to do is there are so many other questions like targeted approaches, and I'll get to this, okay? But I want to do it in a way that can help all of us. So we're going to talk about very specific stuff. And people, if you have any questions, you can email us, help@troubleshooter.com, or you can simply call 303-MARTINO. You can get right in, 303-627-8466, or you can call 303-713-TALK. Here's the good news. Even if you're listening to a podcast and he's not here, we can still get the questions to them to be answered for you, okay? So their number, by the way, is 303-GOT-PAIN for just talk to them. 303-GOT-PAIN. They'd love to talk to you. Now, let's talk about this. And again, I didn't forget about Steve. We want to help Steve, who's cleaning up exit ramps. That's a long story. But I want to go to another one, and that is you want me to take Ruthie, right, Suzanne? Because you've done some, you got the lowdown on that. You think it's a really good problem that we might be able to help with?
We might be able to help with that.
Ruthie, you have a problem with a dealership. What's the name of that dealership? Groove. Okay. You know what? We used to get a lot of complaints about Groove, and I can't say we get a lot now. So I want to be fair about that. So Groove, what was the problem? In a nutshell, what happened?
In a nutshell, I purchased the car right before the summer. They were supposed to, I found out later, much later, that they were supposed to have provided me a title within 30 days.
The law says reasonable time, and that's been construed between 30 to 90, depending on the time. But anyway, what happened then?
It's January, and I still don't have the title.
So it was first, you mean May of last year? Holy crap. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, this is unreasonable, I would say. So what's happening now?
Well, there's a kind of like a dual situation as well, because right before I purchased it, wait, let me explain about the title.
Yeah.
I was advised to talk to the dealer board from the state of Colorado.
Right.
And we had to get involved because it was call and voicemail. No one ever got back to me. No one wanted to have a conversation with me.
Yeah.
So I had no choice but to get the state involved.
And what happened?
And they did. They got involved, and now the dealership is very upset at me. But in any case, they're being told to rewind the transaction.
Okay. When were they told to rewind the transaction?
The end of December, early January.
And have they contacted you to do that?
Yes, they have.
So what's the problem now? They should undo the transaction. If they can't get your title, they can't charge you.
Well, the situation is that right before I purchased it is a used vehicle. I explained to the salesman that I needed for them to fix the air conditioning because the air conditioning was not working at the time. And he said that would not be a problem, that they would fix the air conditioning and or charge it whatever needed to happen. And I trusted his word, and I also knew that the car came from the East Coast.
Yeah, but what does this have to do with undoing the deal?
What it has to do with is that they never fixed the car, so
Okay.
I ended up going to my own mechanic to get it done. And so I told them that there was proof of the conversation.
Ruthie, this complicates things, okay? Now, I'm not saying it was all your fault. You didn't know you were going to have to bring the car back. How much did you spend?
$1,400.
They owe her something. They just recharged it. It never fixed it. They did the Band-Aid, and then she got the real fix.
Let's reverse what we say a lot. Betterment. They're getting betterment.
Yeah, they're going to get a car that has everything
Working AC.
good.
That's a good way of putting it, or quantum marrow it, meaning they get the value of something more than they gave her. But listen, Ruthie, it's not as simple as, first of all, have they made any effort to undo this deal?
Well, as far as the car in itself, they're telling me to return the car, and basically, so sad, too bad, I'm stuck with the receipt.
I think that what I would do, and I know you're not going to want to know, you don't want to hear this, but the longer you keep the car, the more you're going to be the bad guy. And I'm thinking, if they'll undo the deal, I would undo the deal, because undoing the deal or not does not give you more power to get that $1,400. Either they owe you the $1,400 or they don't, and for returning the car or not returning it will not give you more or less power. I am saying I would return the vehicle, undo the deal, would not sign any releases whatsoever, no releases of liability. I would sue for the $1,400 in small claims court, or however much I put into that car, because they did cost you damages. That's what I would do. Now, before you go to small claims court, we would fight for that $1,400 for you. But I would first return the car, because right now you're at a dead standstill, okay? You're at a standoff. And right now, they can say, well, she hasn't brought the car back. Now, they may never intend to give you $1,400. As long as you don't sign away your rights, and by the way, they shouldn't have you sign anything except that you got the money back or the car, or that you surrendered the car. But you have to be very, very careful. It is not a release of liability for the future, because you want your money back for that. But you don't have to tell them that. You don't have to come back and say, here's the car, but I'm suing you for the improvements. You can just do it. But Ruthie, that's what I would do. That's my first step. When you do that, if you return it and they want you to sign anything, say, look, I'm not giving, just say I'm not going to release you of anything right now.
Did you finance it?
No, I paid cash.
Good.
How much?
Do you think they could charge her bailment? They couldn't deliver titles, so I don't see why.
They're not going to charge her anything. They told them to unwind. But if she keeps it too much longer, she's going to be in hot water. She is, especially if they said, come in. Now, Cindy, you may not like what I'm saying. You say, I want my $1,400 first. Nope, you're not going to get it. You're not. And you know what? Keeping the car will put you in a bad position. Here's what I'm saying. It's not strengthening your rights. It's not, in my opinion. So, you may want to run this by someone, and you may, if they do want you to sign something, say, well, you know what? I didn't know I had to sign anything other than the return of the car. And if I have to return anything, then what I need to do is read it with my attorney, or take a picture of it, or get a copy and say, I'll be right back tomorrow to sign it, or whatever, if you have to. Now, hold on. If you could manage to do it without signing anything more than an acknowledgement. John, what was your quick comment on this? Because I have to take a break. What is it? John?
She said that she trusted the sales guy. She didn't get it in writing. If she sues, she'll lose because she bought the car as is.
Yeah, well, she'll lose. No, hold on.
She never actually got the car.
John, she does not have to sue on a promise. All she can say is this: I thought it was my car. I spent $1,400. That I trusted them, and when they could not deliver title, that $1,400 was a loss of their negligence.
And they're getting back a car that's worth more.
Yeah, she is not suing on a promise.
In small claims, she might actually win that.
He's Denver's top.
That's a pretty logical argument.
No, I think she will win that, for sure. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I ran across that jacket we were talking about.
I don't think it's a hoodie. I mean, it's a quilted zip-up.
Maybe it looks too small.
Oh.
Solid backups past Pena Boulevard. Pack your patience there for sure. Watch out for delays on southbound 225 on the south end between Yosemite and I-25 as well. Otherwise, the rest of the drive looking good in town. Up north, northbound 95 remains closed between Highway 34 and 402 from that bridge damage from that crash this morning. Southbound is open. The right lane is getting by. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Partly sunny today with a high of 49. Right now, 39. With more impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
New to the Wendy's 2 for $5 lineup is their classic chicken sandwich. So go grab a 2 for $5 deal and pick 2 faves, like a Dave Single Spicy Chicken Sandwich, nugs, and now the classic chicken sandwich. 2 for just $5. Price and participation may vary, limited time only.
Need a good laugh? Then stop everything and check out the funniest new podcast of the year. I'm talking about This Important, the podcast featuring the comic geniuses from the hit TV show Workaholics. Here, Adam Devine, Anders Holm, Blake Anderson, Cal Newacek probe today's most important topics, like cuisine.
Are you eating sushi?
Yes.
You can't do that right now.
They're sanitized. This is hard-hitting stuff. This is important. Listen to This Is Important on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In this crazy times that we're all living in right now, there's nothing more important than your health. At Fitness Gallery.
Yay, Marky! Where was it?
For me. Where was it? It was just hanging somewhere. Mark, don't even fucking talk to me about me.
Whoa! Tough stuff machines are tremendous for any type of workout you're trying to get in. And I've got in my home now, so when I work out, I'm not hurting myself, I'm helping myself. And there's no better way to be consistent with your workouts than have it at home, have it available to you any time of the day or night.
You're going to be the best that your money can buy. We have them in stock, and you can pick up today. Having your own home gym is more affordable than you think. Buy quality, never regret it. Visit fitnessgallery.com to find one of our 5 Denver Metro locations, including our newest, now open in Boulder. We can't stop time, but we can help your day be more efficient, get fit, and stay fit.
Homeowners experiencing pipe leaks or low water pressure, is your water bill unexpectedly high? These are signs of pipe failure due to corroded.
Those people, good people, man.
Yeah, I like them. They can, like any dealer, they can be frustrating. But they're less frustrating than most.
20% off our already low price. 720-573-0086. That's 720-573-0086.
Yeah, she can sign something saying she returned it in exchange for the cash, but she doesn't want to sign anything saying, this is done, this is over, I promise not to sue them. Tell her whatever they want her to sign, she can take a picture of it and text it to us or email it to us.
And social distancing, there's a lot on your plate. But the one thing you don't have to worry about this year or any year is erectile dysfunction. Peak Performance for Men has helped thousands of guys just like you overcome erectile dysfunction with just a few short in-office appointments. And they guarantee the results or your money back. You heard right. Guaranteed results or your money back. Peak Performance for Men has helped thousands of
4330. And when if you do end up texting me that document or whatever, just say, this is Ruthie on that group. Here's what they want me to sign. What do you think? Just so I know it's you. Okay. Okay, best Ruthie. I hope I don't hear from you as far as that part goes. I hope they keep it pretty simple. But if you need some help, and if I don't answer something, just call my cell phone so I know. Have a good weekend. Bye.
By their peers as top dentists in Colorado for a dozen years in a row. Well, that's what made me choose them for my dentistry. And more importantly,
Troubleshooter Show. What is your first name?
I'm talking to Dr. Robert Logan, and then I'm going to go to other folks as well. And that is just what Doctors Yaros, Augustine, Zeppelin, and
Oh, Art of Granite? Yeah, Mitch Floria. He's great. Do you want his phone number? Yep, that's Mitch Floria with Art of Granite. And we still do spots for him. We really love Mitch. You want his phone number? Okay, it's 303-386-5919.
About 15 tickets.
You have a nice weekend.
Text the nationwide keyword EASY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's EASY to 200-200. And good luck.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. We are interviewing Colorado Pain Care, and I do have some questions for them. And I want to go back to Cindy, not Cindy. I want to go back to Steve, who is cleaning up. Really is a wonderful person, and we do want to help him. And I want him to hang on for a sec. Dr. Mogum, the question we have, and I'm hoping you can answer this, and again, these are just really, what if somebody he said, Tom, can they just numb an area? I don't need it. I'm just tired of the pain and soreness, and it's my lower back. Isn't there a way, I heard, that you can just numb it, or I don't need it. That pain does no good, and I almost know what he means, Dr. Mogum. Is there any way to do something to nerves where you don't feel it? Because it's not like that pain is serving a purpose.
That's exactly correct. There is a way to do that, but first you have to know exactly what the issue is. And prior to this, we talked about targeted procedures, for example.
Yeah.
So let's say your back pain is due to an issue in the joint that is being transmitted through a nerve.
Yeah.
That's how you perceive it, right? The nerve is transmitting that information.
Yeah.
So if we're able to know which nerve that is, we're able to treat that nerve. And if we treat that nerve effectively, then that translates into, I think, what you're talking about, which is a numbing effect, where you now no longer feel the effects.
Yeah, like, for example, I understand, like, if you have low back pain. I knew a guy had low back pain, kept going to a chiropractor. I'm not slamming chiropractors. Turned out to be prostate cancer. Now, obviously, you got to do more than just look at the pain. But I'm saying, for that soreness, for that dang soreness, and, it's my lower back. We know we have some arthritic conditions. We know it's not broken. We know there's no bulging disc. We know it's just old age. Numb the damn thing. Is that really a crazy idea, or but you're saying you have ways to do that, to quell that pain a bit?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's not a crazy idea, and especially with the advancements that we've made over the last decade to 15 years, especially in this field, we're able to now know more about how pain is transmitted. So if we're able to identify exactly how it's transmitted, then we should be able to stop that transmission.
Wow, that is a wonderful idea. I also heard, though, that thermal ablation, people have heard of, doesn't necessarily work because nerves are so resilient, they'll find new pathways. Is that true?
Yeah, that is somewhat true. So it depends on the nerve and where it's located. And so we have means in which we can identify which ones are potentially treatable and which ones we may have to go an alternative route on.
All right. Now, I'm talking to Dr. Robert Mogum. He's one of the docs at Colorado Pain Care. Listen, pain in and of itself is debilitating. It captures your thoughts, your emotions. It makes you moody. Oh, my God. I mean, guys, do you remember? I don't know if you remember the days when I had pain. I mean, I was a grump. A lot of it was just being grumpy almost. And there's something it does to you. And then if you get on the pain pill thing, it's worse. Now, here's what I'm saying, okay? I'm not saying pain pills are bad, but you don't want to, it's not a permanent solution. Let's put it that way. Okay, so if you have any questions for these guys, give us a call. They're local doctors. And if you want to ever talk to them, it doesn't cost you anything to call 303-GOT-PAIN. Now, I want to talk to Steve. Steve, I'm sorry. I want to get back to you now. Now, Steve is disabled. He's in a wheelchair. We're going to try to get him some help, by the way. But this wheelchair is not yours. Is it borrowed, Steve?
Yes. It's a loaner chair. The New Motion has their chair. They're repairing it now.
And is it going to be repaired? Is it repairable?
Well, it's repairable, but it's pretty old.
How old is it? About more than 10 years?
Let me explain to you.
Yeah.
It's about 7 years.
Okay.
Going on 8 years, but I've been disabled for about 9 years.
Okay.
But this last summer, I was taking a break over here in this tree off of I-25 in Colorado, and I was just taking a break underneath the shade, and I knew that tree's already been hit before, and so it was a pretty dangerous area.
Yeah.
And well, a car slid off the ramp there and hit the curb so hard the bumper flew off.
Oh.
And it came flying over towards me.
And did what?
Well, the bumper hit the tree, of course, and then half the bumper hit the frame of my chair, and part of that hit my shin. And
oh, my goodness.
I still have the mark to this day. But now my chair really needs to be replaced. It's the frame's bent. I'm shift a different way, and
look. Anyone who calls us and needs a wheelchair, we're certainly not going to say, what the hell, why do you need that? Or how do we know you're not going to misuse it? You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're asking for money.
Wait, he might sell it.
Yeah, right. So Steve is looking for help getting mobility. Suzanne.
So I just got an email a little bit ago, someone wanting to donate an electric wheelchair.
Really?
Yes.
This may be... hey, Steve, magic happens on the Martino Show. I'm serious. I predict... Hey, listen, I predict we're going to get some help. And also, like with the pain care, Colorado Pain Care, I predict there are going to be people who call. They're going to call me back and say, oh, my God, I can't believe I'm out of pain. This is what we do on the show every day. But, Steve, you need to tell me about yourself. You're disabled. You're a veteran. Now, by the way, your disability was not service-related, right?
No.
Okay. And you took it upon yourself to start cleaning.
No.
Okay. Let's talk about this, though. You took it upon yourself to start doing some civic action, civic duty. Tell us about that. Tell us about that quickly.
Well, this happened about 4 years ago. I was stuck in the middle of Meteor of Yale and I-25. I was stuck in the sand dune. It was supposed to be a sidewalk. Well, I reported it to the state, and a year later, nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Anyway, so you started doing what?
I went ahead and took measures in my own hand.
And started doing what?
Not only did I took the dirt out. I took the dirt out.
Yeah.
And I sifted all the cigarette butts on the other side.
Oh, my God.
You would not believe.
So you cleaned up the median. You cleaned up the... Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's spotless. You will not see a cigarette butt on the ground.
Oh, my. And you still, hold on. I understand you go out there regularly to do that.
Yes. I go out there because I can't eat food anymore. My systems are so erratic. I can't eat food anymore, and I hustle to get my insure every day because everything it goes towards bills. And, but what really keeps me going is seeing somebody smile. it really makes my day, and it keeps me going. And that's why.
What do you do,
now,
Steve? We want to help you. Listen? You sound like a good guy, man. And I mean, everyone's a good guy, right? Deep down, I hope. So, but you're doing extra. You're trying to give back. What do you do for fun?
What I do for fun?
Yeah. Do you have friends?
Do you go to parks?
Do you have friends?
I go to parks, and I have a good buddy that's been taking good care of me.
Good.
And since my stroke, his name is James, and he really helps me where I can't get the trash.
And you're on disability, I take it. I got to take a break. Here's what I want to do, Steve. Let's come up with a concrete plan to help you, brother. You hang on. And by the way, we have more coming up from Colorado Pain Care.
Just a little lighter on the stinger.
Now, impact traffic.
Because I might want to on purpose talk over.
Sports Traffic Center. We got a crash on the Highway Drive. Westbound.
Sorry, Frank Durant, fix it.
Block solid backups past the airport. Give yourself about 15 to 20 extra minutes drive time in that stretch. North of town, I-25 remains closed there between 402 and Highway 34 due to that crash damaging that bridge this morning. No estimated time of reopening. Southbound I-25 is open. The left lane's
What is your thought on this, Steve?
watch out for delays on that stretch.
Regardless if he's sincere, who gives a shit? He just wants a wheelchair. He seems sincere, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. How do you?
Yeah, was he going to scam us out of a wheelchair? I mean, unless they're selling it on eBay or something. Leave it to our luck, though. Someday we do get scammed out of a wheelchair. We'll see it up for sale the next day.
And now the classic chicken sandwich, 2 for just $5. Price and
You like the lady, the pregnant lady.
All right, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I've talked about him for, oh my gosh, more than 20, maybe 25 years, probably 30. About 25. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. For buying and selling real estate, you won't do better. And that is a true statement. As a person, as a friend, as a professional, he sells faster for more money. He has stats to prove it. He'll do a free market valuation of your home, whether you want to list it or not, to give you a true idea of what it'll sell for. Not what Zillow says, what Frank says. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And that's 303-920-1622. Hey, Fix It 24/7 was started or taken over by a company I've dealt with for years and years and years, many years ago. And George has a dedication to doing things the right way. Now, he wants you to hold him to that task. And then if you have a great experience, he wants you to tell us about it. And he wants the challenge. FixMyHome.com for $39 to find any problem, no matter what it is, with plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And then with that same $39, they will give you a written report on what's wrong and what it'll take to fix it. And then they credit you that money if you have it done. If not, that's all you pay if you want to shop around. And their dedication is honesty, efficiency, and value. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939.
Tommy, we have a great YouTube question for the doctor I'd like to read and then he has to go at 12:58 when we go to break. He has an appointment at 1.
Okay, then I have to take it.
Yeah, just take that question. It's a great question. I'll find out how much time we have so I can let the doctor know how long he has.
Shows about nature, science, history, travel, and pretty much anything else you want to learn about. Spark your curiosity on any device that can stream video. Learn more and sign up today at curiositystream.com.
This is Brent Iverson of Ideal Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows. But you don't want to play the waiting game because you're likely to get burned. Call Ideal Home Loans today where you can take advantage of our interest rate guarantee and cash in on some of the lowest interest rates you've ever seen. Call us today at 303-867-7000 to talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists.
We'd like to reward you for making your payments in a time that...
Opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows. Take it.
amazing 2.5 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 844
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even from your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop man letters, stop aggressive collection action, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief.
If you're looking 5 years at a time, now's the time to put planning for it at the top of this year's resolution list. The free retirement ready assessment from All In Financial will answer your most pressing questions and provide a personalized assessment of the key areas you need to master before retirement. And because we're singularly focused on helping people reach their goals, we'll deliver actionable next steps to help keep your plan on track beyond the new year. Schedule your free retirement.
Yeah, you know that one you got. If you got the 21, that same fucking limited, you'd be about 28 plus, you know?
You got 12 chances a day, every day. Listen at 5.
Those are fucking nice cars, man.
A day giveaway. Sponsored by Guy Reese on 630 KL.
I know they are.
Brighten your home and save 10%.
I bet she's going to love it. And they're easy to park, man. They're so small. But they're not so small, they drive you nuts.
Today, Guy Reese, your neighborhood Pete store since $18.99.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. All right, let's go to Doc. We have a question for you, and you have to leave at the top of the hour. I want to tell people they can get a hold of Dr. Robert Mogum and Colorado Pain Care, all of them, at 303-GOT-PAIN, which is a fantastic number, and also coloradopaincare.com. Suzanne, you have a YouTube question. Go ahead.
So Charles wants to know, doctor, I have an amputated hand down to my thumb. Can they do anything about the pain? I have it all the time.
The phantom pain is he talking about?
I'm not sure. It just says he has it all the time.
Okay. Read that again. I read that again quickly.
I have an amputated hand down to my thumb. Can they do anything about the pain that I have all the time?
Well, anyway, Dr. Mogum, have you heard about people, amputees, having pain?
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually quite common for amputees to have pain, and in fact, chronic pain.
It's real pain, by the way. I want to tell people. I'm not saying it's not. The reason I say phantom is sometimes it appears to be coming from something you don't have. Go ahead, Doc.
That is correct. So you'd have to identify whether it's truly phantom pain or not, and there's ways we can do that. But also, if we do find that one of the nerves is transmitting the issue back to the spinal cord, we may be able to intercept that pathway and therefore resulting in decreased pain. But it is a complex situation, and I just advise that individual to come in and get an evaluation.
What's really wonderful is that most insurances will cover it. I mean, this is not like hocus pocus stuff. This is not experimental stuff.
That is absolutely correct. No, this is empirically driven evidence that we utilize in order to come up with how we manage and treat patients. So no hocus pocus.
And each one has a different plan. Mark?
I am interested, though. The guy with phantom pain, I mean, what is that typically? If your arm hurts and you don't have an arm, what do you do? Do you go into the brain
it's probably
and cut
coming
off the signal to the brain?
It's probably coming from nerves, right, Doc?
Absolutely. Yeah, it can come from nerves, and there's areas in which we can target to try to stop that transmission. You can either do it at the source, and sometimes you can actually do it in the spine.
Yeah, they have spinal cord stimulators. They have radio frequency. They have some stuff that sounds like Star Trek to me. No, seriously. And you guys are at the cutting edge. And again, even workers' compensation and Medicaid and all of that. 303-GOT-PAIN. Thank you, doctor, for being here. We're a little short on time. I'm sorry you have to run, but we'll have you on before long, and I'll save up the questions for you. If anyone has pain, you don't have to live with it. Get your life back. 303-GOT-PAIN. That's good news. ColoradoPainCare.com. And I'm Tom Martino. More good news. We're going to help the guy with the wheelchair. Please keep him on. Plus, we have other people we're helping right after this.
Michael Brown here. I want to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life, Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rowing, and you've heard how much the Pet Love formula has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Garnier out of Boulder serves as their Director of Research and Development, or that Dr. Adam Braves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their products are created using the highest quality CBD in the country. They guarantee potency and purity, and their formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at bluesky-cbd.com. Use promo code KNOW for 30% off and try the same balm I use for only $14. You're not going to be disappointed. bluesky-cbd.com. Promo code KNOW for 30% off. bluesky-cbd.com.
KRFX HD2.
Coming up at 5 after the hour. Listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW.
ABC News.
Every time I look up at CNN, they're talking about this Quanon or QAnon or whatever they are.
What do you mean?
There's some kind of weird occult that thinks, like,
What is it? I want to read it. Oh,
okay.
Oh,
You're not going to fucking believe what it is. You are not going to believe what it is. In fact, you're going to have to stretch your imagination far to see what they believe in.
900,000 Americans.
I can't wait to see your face if you're looking it up.
Rate that is higher than any week during the Great Recession.
You're going to love it.
Okay.
You want to talk conspiracy? Wait till you read this one. But they spent this same lady spent an hour on this shit yesterday.
Now, that's CNN, so if it's QAnon, it has to be crazy conservatives.
Oh, well, wait till you fucking read it.
Today, Russia says it welcomes a proposal from President Biden to extend the two nations' last remaining nuclear arms control pact. The U.S. decision comes just 2 weeks before the treaty, when its new start expires. Former President Trump's arms control envoy denounced the move, saying the U.S. was, quote, getting nothing for extended. But the Biden administration says the U.S. gets stability between the world's 2 largest nuclear armed powers
and the fucking asshole.
Focus on Russia's aggressive actions elsewhere.
Yes.
I wanted to tell you, line one's been holding a super long time. In a nutshell, structural people didn't finish their work, but they're threatening leave. That's her deal. Line 2 is that lady we talked to Andrew Zupa about. I was hoping we can go to her after the first Cindy. Bob.
Let me quiz her a little, too.
Okay, so listen with this Bob guy. He's the one with AJ from last week in 3 Square. Remember him? Okay, he's calling with a whole new problem now. But here's the thing. So yesterday I find out, he said he's been texting me, Bob has. He says, AJ hasn't got me where I need to go to pick up my check. Well, AJ shows me proof that he has sent Bob where to go. I don't know if Bob's full of shit or what, Tom, okay? So I don't know if we want to bring that up as well. I just think we should take him last.
Okay. It doesn't matter if it's bullshit, right? It's fun.
If you're having regular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
K-Hal News Time, 103.
I'm going to kill this for a sec.
Just having folks in there that are telling us what's going on and keeping us abreast and giving us a little bit more than 3 or 4 days notice on the vaccine they're sending us. Vaccination rollout is pretty recent revelations that just make dosage stockpile.
Kubiak resigned as the Broncos head coach in 2017 after 2 seasons. His tenure in Denver included a Broncos win in Super Bowl 50. In sports, the Denver Nuggets open a 5-game road trip tonight against the Suns in Phoenix, and the Colorado Avalanche got up to a lead but then gave up 4 unanswered goals last night in a 4-2 loss to the Kings. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, north of the metro area, northbound I-25, still closed between Highway 402 and Highway 34 after an accident involving a couple of semis damaged the bridge there. The left lane closed on the southbound side of I-25 through there as well. Here in town, a crash on westbound I-70 approaching 225 has been cleared, but that stretch still slow from Airport Boulevard. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon, a high in the upper 40s. Will drop down into the low 20s overnight tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow for your Saturday with a high right around 50. It's 45 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Looking for an easier way to find your next call center or accounting job? It's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals. Visit ExpressPros.com to find one of more than 830 locations to support any job search. And there's never a fee.
Grainberry.
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals. If you're starting the new year with a goal to live healthier, then pick up a box or 2 of the healthiest and most natural cereal in the supermarket. Grainberry, with amazing onyx sorghum, is packed with powerful plant-based antioxidants to help protect your body from free radicals. When we make Grainberry, we care about sugar control. That's why we start with lower sugar than other cereals, then use our whole grain onyx sorghum to help slow sugar absorption. This sugar control, or sugar taming as we call it, helps manage diabetes and prediabetes. And we didn't have to sacrifice flavor to do it. So buy Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum and start curbing your sugar today. Available in multi-grain flakes, honey nut toasted oats.
This Granite Depot follow-up is going to be good, man, depending on what this lady says. I hold the power.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713.
Call 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Claims Pro. You know what that is? If you have an insurance loss, you may think, I'm going to call my insurance, my adjuster will come out and take care of me. First of all, your insurance will never take care of you without being forced to. You will get a settlement. You might even like the settlement, but you don't ever know if it's a fair settlement ever. And you can always get more and a better settlement having an adjuster on your side. The adjuster that comes out is on the insurance company's side. And that's in every case. And I'm telling you, that's just in every single case. Claims Pro is one of them on our referral list we love. Publicadjuster.pro. Get them on your side to get more money for your claims, more fair settlements, and they take a small percentage of what they adjust. And you know what? It's always more than you're going to get on your own. If not, they won't even. They'll say, "Hey, we can't help you." So whether it's fire or smoke or rain or hail or windstorm, 833-252-4600. 833-252-4600. Publicadjuster.pro. Talk to Peter. 833-252-4600. Suzanne, we got a lot happening. So, who should I take first? Okay. Cindy. This is a problem I wouldn't want to have. Let's talk about it, Cindy. What's happening?
Well, when we had the flooding here in Colorado several years ago, we had our foundation started to cave in on the house. So we had a company come out and stabilize the foundation, but they did not fill the cracks. So in October, we had somebody to come out and fill the cracks and also stabilize our chimney for our fireplace.
Okay.
Well, in the beginning, everything was great. They scheduled the job for the first part of October. They called the day before they were supposed to start working and said that they couldn't come out, that some of their staff had COVID. Totally understand. So they said they were going to be here the 29th. They were going to be here at 7:30 the 29th. They didn't show up.
Now, this is not the original company, right?
Correct. It is somebody totally different.
And the original company was who? It doesn't matter.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Were they supposed to fill the cracks?
We thought they were, but then once we looked at the contract, they were not.
And was it more cosmetic, those cracks?
Yeah. Well, they told us that a lot of it was cosmetic, but that there could be some moisture still come in if the cracks weren't filled.
Okay.
So anyway, we hired, let's see, what's the name of this company? Colorado Structural Repair, to come and stabilize our upright and stabilize our chimney and fill the cracks downstairs.
Right. No, I got it. So what happened now? Did they ever show up?
They did show up one day, 3 hours late, and they dug a hole on our patio. They pulled out the concrete, dug a hole on our patio, and then they left without saying a word. Just left. So I waited thinking, well, maybe they went to lunch. Well, they never showed back up again. So 2 days later, they came and installed some piers to upright the chimney. And they came, and nobody ever tells me when they're going to leave, but they came and installed the piers and then were gone again without saying a word. And then they had somebody that was supposed to be filling cracks downstairs.
Okay.
And
so what right now prompted you to call? I mean, this is good background, but what's going on now? What's the bottom line that's pissing you off?
The bottom line is that they never finished the job. So my husband kept calling saying, what the heck? And they got mad at him, and they were not going to finish the job. We paid them a deposit of right close to $3,700.
Right,
it wasn't quite.
Here's what it comes down to. Because I know that they're threatening to lien you, right? Or did they?
Yep, I got a statement of mechanics.
I got it.
But
so
they
it
got
all
no
comes.
Building permit either.
It doesn't matter. See, people think that liens mean, or people think that if they don't have a permit, they don't have to pay. By the way, that's not true, okay? If they breach the contract because they said we will get a permit and they didn't, even that does not get away from paying. But it does get away from paying for the permit if they charge you for it. Cindy, here's the bottom line. You take the work they did and what they were paid. If they were paid for what they did, and then there's still work to be done, and they were not paid for that work, and if it's fair, that is your defense against the lien. The lien is nothing more than saying, we believe strongly we're owed this money, so we're going to put a freeze on your house. It's a lien. It's not a judgment. And this freeze will not allow you to refinance or sell until you settle it. But settling it doesn't mean paying it. It means either proving you're right or paying. So it's a natural process because you guys disagree. How much? You've paid them about $3,700, you said, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did they do $3,700 worth of work?
Probably. I would say that would probably be fair.
For the extra money, how much more do they want?
$6,862.
Where'd that come from? Did they say they did $6,000 worth of work?
Yes. They're saying that the job is complete, and it's not.
Okay. Well, what proof do you have that it is not complete?
Cracks in my foundation that aren't filled.
Okay, and what do they say about those?
They will not talk to us.
Okay, then we have to get involved. Because I'm sure they don't want to go through with this. Because, by the way, a lien, are you going to refinance soon?
No.
All right. Do you have a lot of equity?
We do.
Do you realize a lien will do nothing? Do you know that? Do you know a lien does absolutely nothing? Unless...
I did not know that.
Here's what happens. Here's what happens. First, intent to lien. Then, a lien. Then, people, you can fight the lien with a quiet title action. You don't have to. You can leave it there. If you're not going to refi, you don't have to do a thing. Unless they move to foreclose.
They have to sue you in a given period of time, too. I think it's, 120 days?
I don't know what it is exactly, though.
Or 6 months, 6 months.
Okay.
It's 120 days from when they stop doing work.
To file. You mean...
Okay, and
yeah,
quit
to actually do the lien. Then they have 6 months. Then they have 6 months to take you to court and win.
Now let's explain what that is. So the lien is a claim, and then when they start foreclosing, they will literally start to foreclose. And if they foreclose, they are obligated to pay the first they're obligated to sell your house at auction, to pay the first mortgage, and then to pay themselves what they are truly owed, and then to give you the rest. Now, I'm not saying that'll ever happen, because there will be if that actually happens, if they move for a foreclosure, that's when you can fight it, or you can fight it right away. You do whatever you want. But you can't stop someone from filing a lien. If they're a-holes, if they're completely unreasonable, anyone can file a lien. But until they do something with the lien, people automatically think that they are guilty or that they have a judgment against them. They don't. Now, a lien is powerful in that it puts them in line for payment. They're saying in the event you sell your house or try to refi or do anything, we get paid. But then you can get rid of that lien. Now, is Brad O'Brien around today? Because we should talk about ways to get rid of liens.
I can check.
Let's check on that. Now, listen, Cindy.
If they don't prevail in court, though, none of this matters. The lien will drop off.
Right. It's just going to automatically drop off if they don't come and foreclose on you. What is your perception of this company? Are they litigious? Do they have money? Does it look like they might sue? What do you think? Know your opponent. First rule of war.
Well, and that I don't know.
How long ago did they actually do the work? I forget.
In November.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
They started the 30th of October. November, well, they dug a hole the 30th of October.
Yeah, they're within lien. They're within lien period.
And finished like the 4th of November.
So you got a 10-day intent to lien?
It just says...
Or is it just a letter?
Well, it says statement of mechanics lien
that's what
at
it
the
is.
top.
Okay.
Okay.
So listen, I know that pisses people off, but do you think you owe them more than $3,700?
No.
Okay. Now, the entire contract. Let me ask you. You're not making sense. Okay. The entire contract was $9,700. Is that what the math is?
About that, yeah.
Okay. Let's just say, for argument's sake, the whole contract, because by your own numbers, $9,700. They want 6 more. They say it's completely done. When I asked, did they do $3,700 worth of work? You said, yeah, right about that. That would be fair. And then they want $6,000 more, and you said no. Then I asked what needs to be done, and you said there are a few cracks they didn't fill. So are you telling me that those cracks constitute $6,000 worth of work? Are you sure they didn't do more work than that?
Well, they were supposed to do debris removal. They didn't do. They never obtained.
Is that on
a building permit?
Forget about permits. That's not going to be part of your argument.
But that's what we were billed for.
How
we
much?
Were billed for a
How
permit.
much? How much?
$1,700.
Oh, okay. Okay, then you don't pay the $1,700. I didn't know they put it in there. You don't pay the $1,700 for that. Okay, that's one thing you know. But when you say they didn't remove debris, do you have proof of that?
Yeah, it's still sitting in my yard.
Good. Take pictures of it. Now, but they won't even talk to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to call now and try to get them on the air. If they don't come on the air, we'll give it to Deputy Dan. Deputy Dan's good on this one, isn't he? He would be good for this. Or we can give it to Marty. What do you want to say, Susan?
Either Smarty Marty or Dan.
Deputy Dan, here's why. They want to put a lien on it. She doesn't mind paying the whole bill if they do the whole job. Right?
Correct.
I mean, what's the hell? I mean, if that debris is sitting there and they didn't get a permit and they're billing you for all this, it just doesn't make sense to me. It
doesn't make sense to us either.
Okay, so we're going to call right now. What's the name of this company?
Colorado Structural Repair.
You know what? They've been around a while. I don't think they're fly-by-nights, so they should want to talk to us. I think that's a company I'm familiar with. Colorado Structural Repair.
Looks like they're in Inglewood, Tom.
Yeah, I think. Let's call them. We got more coming right up.
If you're within 5 years of retirement, Allworth Financial is hosting a new...
something out or something. I don't know, man.
God, it's always such a fucking nightmare. These people, they put a lien, they have words. I wonder what caused. I never asked what caused this. Like, why did they do this? They just stopped showing up. I forgot all about that. MyHighEstatePlanning.com. That's where you'll find Attorney Blake Harris busily at work helping people with their estates. Why do you have an estate plan? It could be very simple, like a will. Okay? It could be something more complicated, like medical directives. That takes a power of attorney. Or maybe you just have a house and all you need is a beneficiary's deed. Here's the bottom line. All of it can be done by Blake Harris, MileHighEstatePlanning.com. He does mine, he does Mark's, he does everyone I recommend. 833-ASK. Blake, what I love about him is you can talk about it all you want. And he doesn't charge you for the chit-chat and the planning. He takes a look at everything you have free of charge and then comes up with a plan. You execute, you pay flat rates for everything you do. It's a wonderful system, and he can do everything by email. He can do everything by, and then the FaceTime and Skype and Zoom or text, whatever you want. Along the entire Front Range, 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's 833-ASK-BLAKE, one of the most important calls you can make. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
In this crazy times that we're all living in right now, there's nothing more important than your health. At Fitness Gallery, we offer the nation's lowest prices on the world's finest fitness equipment like true treadmills. Hey, your home gym never closes. Everybody should have a true treadmill. This is the treadmill that I have in my home. You should get one for yours. Hi, I'm Carl Mecklenburg, former Denver Broncos All-Pro linebacker and Ring of Famer. Tough Stuff machines are tremendous for any type of workout you're trying to get in. And I've got it in my home now, so when I work out, I'm not hurting myself, I'm helping myself. And there's no better way to be consistent with your workouts than have it at home and have it available to you any time of the day or night. Tough Stuff on the Fitness Gallery, you're going to get the best. You got another Colorado pancake. Next week, you want to skip it?
I'll do it.
More affordable than you think. High quality, you never regret it. Visit fitnessgallery.com to find one of our 5 favorite.
So when that happens, we always like to give the owner a call, get the other side, see if there's another side of the story. They're asking for our help and advice. But we also know that sometimes we don't always get all the facts. And so we wanted to talk to Byron about this caller to see if there's some way we can help, if there's another side, especially when a company is talked about on the live radio show. You're not on the air, ma'am. But when the caller, your client, did come on our live radio show. So anytime a company is mentioned, we always like them to know and give them the opportunity to respond, whether off the air or on the air. Does that make sense?
That's why they've been rated by their peers.
Yeah, we're a live radio show, so yes, we're live 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and she called in and just gave Tom her problem, and so we're just trying to see how we could maybe best help. So I'm Tom's producer. My name is Suzanne Major, M-A-G-E-R. I'm just going to give my cell. We're only live till 2 in case he ends up calling me after the show. And that my cell phone is 720-233-4330. And again, it's the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Show. Oh, sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it is Cindy and Corey Clark.
Oh, I doubt it. No, you will. I doubt it. I just doubt it. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Well, what a fucking negative attitude that is. I mean, Jesus Christ. You fucking doubt that you will like this email when it does nothing but make an observation.
Hold on, Brock.
The NFL entities as defined in the official rules have not offered to sponsor this promotion in any way.
Don't wait for expensive breakdowns. Replace your old furnace and AC with Carrier and save up to $2,000 or more, including discounts and free accessories. Toasty comfort now with Carrier efficiency. Make your own appointment. PlumlineServices.com. No phone call, no wait. More than 20 years of trustworthy service, ethics, and faith in action. Turn to the experts you trust. Plumline and Carrier. PlumlineServices.com. Service at home. Servants at heart.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
We've got a couple of quiet days ahead, highs near 50 before some colder air and snow showers work into the region early next week. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for an easier way to find your next call center or account?
If I can get you a referral. I know you held yesterday, man. Mark, do I have a few minutes to go in there, Aunt, or are we going back?
Back on like 5 seconds.
Okay.
All right,
Hang on just a second, Greg. I'm going to see if I can get that referral for you off the air.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Yes, Suzanne.
Tom, I put a call into the structural repair folks, Byron Johnson with Colorado Structural Repair.
I know this guy. I think I've heard of him.
Let's get his side. Maybe she's leaving something out. Bring up two.
Okay, Cindy, we are going to follow this up and try to mediate this, but Mark felt there's too much of a gap there for them to put a lien on for the entire amount. Maybe you don't owe the entire amount. Obviously, if they didn't get a building permit and they're charging you for it, you shouldn't have to pay for it. Is there anything you're leaving out at all? Did they say anything? Go ahead.
No, the thing is that none of the people that came out here to do the work, there was a language barrier. They spoke Spanish. I don't understand or speak Spanish, so that was difficult.
But why do they need you? Why do they need you to fulfill a contract? Were you giving them specific instructions?
No. I was trying to ask questions, like why they were leaving before the job was done.
You mean before that day's job was done, or the whole job?
The entire job.
Okay.
She means the cleanup, right?
Where did the bad blood? How did you know they wouldn't be back? That's what. See, I need to know where this.
My husband called them to find out when they were coming back,
and they said we're done.
Yeah, they said, well, they're done. My workers say they're done.
And that's when you guys come unglued, because you said, wait a minute, we have cracks not filled, we have debris still here, there was never a permit, and you start in your mind then making a list.
Correct.
Okay, I get it. So then,
now, the man that
what do you think? How long ago did they leave the job?
November 5th.
Wait a minute. Didn't she say, Mark, they stopped work? Oh, yeah, November. Okay. All right, I get it. So that's why they sent you the notice. So I don't get it, though. I don't get why. And did they ever try to collect? Did they ever try to collect in between before that notice of lien?
No. We've not heard a single word from them. Nothing in the mail.
Susan, when you talk to them, that's odd. Here's what she's saying. They left November 5th, never, ever, ever even invoiced her, just walked away and then put an intent to lien.
I'll let them know that.
I mean, is that an exaggeration or not? We'll find out. Okay? We'll get Colorado Structural Repair's opinion or view. Because here's what she's saying. They started the job. They walked off the job November 5th without doing a lot of the work. Never communicated with her except an intent to lien. God, that's odd. Now, Cindy, your turn. Cindy, Granite Depot, you had called and you were very upset with Granite Depot. And Mark, what did you want to talk about? Can you sum up what the problem was first?
Well, the problem's a little strange.
What was it?
She wants them to fix stuff, but she also had other stuff done. Actually, describe it really quick. What was your issue?
Yeah, could you do that, Cindy? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, this has been going on since September. So they measured wrong in the kitchen, and the island wouldn't fit, and the cabinets were wrong. They ordered the wrong cabinets.
Then what?
Then the cabinets, then they've been trying to kind of work some of the cabinets that were warranty replacements because they were danged. At least they're doing that. But everything just kind of got stalled. And then trying to get them to make it right has been an issue.
Okay.
So last week,
okay, go keep
and then
going.
I contacted you guys. And then last week, they sent somebody out to the house on the 13th, some Stonecrafters, which is a Granite Depot subsidiary that handles the granite fabrication.
Yeah.
And we went over everything, and it sounded like they were really interested in working things out. And I finally felt encouraged. And I had put in another Better Business Bureau complaint, and they responded saying, Granite Depot is trying to put a plan of action together to address customers' issues and concerns. Okay? But I haven't heard anything, and that was...
That's when you called us. But didn't you say that Andrew Zupa, one of the...
Whoa. Didn't you have out-of-pocket money you're trying to get? What were you looking for?
I thought she complained about... She said he said something to her
that she said he was being a jerk, basically.
No. What did he say to you that upset you?
Oh, he called me a liar.
How did he do that exactly? How did he do that?
Okay. He said when I was trying to explain what was going on when he called me, he said, that's just your impression. And I said, it's not my impression, it's the truth. And he said, well, he said something like, your truth, you're making that up.
Okay. I can see where this is a lot of nothing. But I need to know right now. Go ahead, Mark. You talk to Andrew.
Please get to what you were asking for last week. It was $3,000, right?
Yes.
And what was that made up of? That's the question I have for you.
Okay. So that was made up of trying to get the island to a place where I could sit in it. But since then, because things have changed, since then, it sounded like they were willing to do the work to make it right.
Okay.
Okay. And that's where I'm at right now.
Oh, my goodness. Can I please ask this one more time? Forget about that. What did the $3,000 make up?
Yeah, like what did you want done is what he wants to know. What did you want
Where
done?
did you come up with $3,000 for what?
Okay, hold on, let me look it up.
Yeah, okay. And please, that's all we need to know. Like, what were you unhappy with and what needed to be done?
Some of it was outside of what they did. It was like you had someone else do it.
So is that what Andrew said? He said she was wanting him to do, that she wanted them to do more than they were originally contracted for, Mark? Is that what he was saying? Mark, is that...
No, that's not true at all.
No, he didn't say that, but go ahead. What was it for?
Just a minute.
How much is it to correct everything right now if someone else did it? Maybe that's the better question.
It'd be about $3,000.
Okay, that's not what you said last week, though. You were talking about money for different things that you had to do, like time, missed work, and other stuff. Is that not correct?
Well, okay, so one of the things was because they broke my countertop, and I had to pick out a different backsplash.
Yeah.
It was an additional $100, and I couldn't return the original tile because of the timing. It took too long.
Let me cut to the chase. You started at $3,000. Would you take $1,500?
Well, it's kind of a moot point.
Well, it's a moot point because they've agreed to fix it, Mark. They've agreed to fix it.
I thought she said then they stopped talking to her.
No. The latest is... Okay. All right. I'm getting too quick. You just said the latest was that they were going to fix it.
Right. Okay. And then at least that's the impression that we got when she was over here.
Well, that's different than saying it.
And when was that?
That was on the 13th of January, a week ago Wednesday.
Okay. So what makes you think things have changed from that?
Well, they responded to the Better Business Bureau complaint and said that they were putting a plan of action together. But then I haven't heard anything. I've sent emails. I've left messages.
I talked to
Did you talk to Andrew?
Yes,
after?
And he was. Listen, I got to say this. I remember him on a year or so ago, and He was a totally different person when I talked to him last Friday.
Good.
He wants her out of his life, just like basically she wants the same. So he made some offers, and I'm trying to figure out what's fair. That's why I was asking you about the numbers. So will 2,000 make this go away?
But also, Mark, remember, part of that was she had to take down every
Yeah, of course. You got to sign a release and get rid of all the reviews and everything else. But he wants to work with you.
But that doesn't solve my problem.
Okay. See,
I don't get my.
So last week, okay, 3,000. Will you take 3,000?
Why are they willing to pay?
I don't get my kitchen back.
I'm done.
I have to have them order.
But we don't know.
Last week she wanted 3,000. Now that's not good enough. I'm done.
I don't know what to do, Cindy. Cindy? If you're on a speaker, it's okay. I had to hang up. It's just not working. I can't even. I hear every other word. I think it's her speaker. Okay.
I thought we had a problem solved getting ready to pay. I was going to handle this. Now I'm done.
Okay,
I can't believe it.
What I need. By the way, I didn't mean to hang up on her. I wanted to put her on hold. By the way, she has not told us what does she want.
She did last week, $3,000.
Yeah, but she's changing her mind.
Okay, then I'm done. I'm not calling the guy back.
Here's what I need to ask you. Was the kitchen installed?
Yes.
It's there now. She just doesn't like it.
I don't know what she wants. Last week it had something to do with missing work was part of the money or something along those lines. I have no idea at this point.
Tom, apparently she's gone up to Granite Depot cussing, screaming at people.
That part we're going to put in the past and ask, what does she want? I don't See, people sometimes can't tell us what the F they want. Okay?
I got her what she wanted from last week.
What do you mean?
She wanted 3,000. Now she doesn't. I'm done.
Okay. You said you're done. You don't have to say it again, Mark. Okay, we heard it. Now, I know it's frustrating because
I'm done.
I know he's frustrated because he negotiated a settlement. And now she's saying, well, that's not going to put my kitchen back. All right. What do you want? Now, I don't even know what's still wrong with the kitchen. Okay, if a guy held yesterday and he's just on again, this is weird. I mean, because he comes on the last half hour of the show. We'll try to work him in. Okay, we have more coming up.
Oh, held yesterday needs awning. Yeah, who do we know that does awnings? They're pretty specialized, man. Our big contractors don't do them. There's no money in it. No. If I was buying a new one, I'd go to Costco, and they use that sun visor,
umbrella,
whatever it is.
And you know the powered ones now with the wind detectors.
They're beautiful.
They're fucking good.
They're like on the RVs, but they're for your fucking house. They are pretty cool. Oh shit, I didn't read I started reading it. It's long. It's fucking a book, man.
Yeah, I know, but it's long and I had to summarize everything. I really do. I just want to get that all out. Because it's all true, Mark. I swear to God it is. You'll see it. It's all true.
Saturday with a high right around 50. It's 45 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW. Looking for an easier way to find your next call center?
You know, about 10 seconds, home investors Colorado Bank here.
Internet professionals. Visit expresspros.com to find one of more than 830 locations to support any job search. And there's never a fee.
Colorado Pain Care, you heard on the show. You heard one of the docs on here talking about what they do. It's remarkable. You know, sometimes pain does not have a serious underlying condition, and you just want to get rid of the pain. And they can do that with special nerve blocks and stimulators. So they are into going with your doctors and working with them on underlying conditions, but getting rid of the pain, or just getting rid of pain if that pain is not a serious problem other than the pain. It's such a thorough practice dedicated to pain, working with all major insurance and Medicaid and Medicare and workers' comp. Evidence-based solutions. No one solution for everyone. Please call if you're in pain. Get your life back. You don't have to accept it. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. ColoradoPainCare.com. All right. You've heard me talk about Frank Duran, the real estate man, you know, and selling a house. And he can sell your house. But you may need a check tomorrow or the next day. No one can do that except home investors. That's right. So if you really need to sell and you don't want commissions, you don't want to fix it up, you don't want to show it, you just want to sell it. You know, you may or may not get what you want. You could, who knows? I mean, when you add it all up, it might be the price that you're satisfied with to get out quickly. And if so, do it. But here's one thing I know for sure. You will never know unless you at least call, because there's no obligation to call. Home investors, you want to sell quickly? Then do it. 800-44-BUYER. At least find out. 800-44-BUYER.
All right, I got to talk about my car real quick, damn it.
Tommy?
Friday.
On the guy
yes, yeah.
On the guy that held yesterday, we don't have an awning replacement company on the referral list, and I just thought it was a pretty simple referral to give. I thought maybe you would know someone.
Good.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, we'll have to put it out.
Yeah, that's what I figured too.
You know what I think? That construction company that I love has been with us for years, Sherrick. I don't think they do them, but I think they would know someone.
It's a real small job. Remember, I did Bruce's.
Is it? It's not a retractable one. It's
It probably is. I mean, I've hung those.
I cannot fucking believe how blowing up my phone is. Jesus Christ.
Tom wrote you a hate letter.
Oh, I did.
Tommy doesn't.
It's totally absurd.
Read between the lines.
Stir up this pizza.
But if you're feeling stuck in your unwanted timeshare, it's not too late to get out, even if you've already paid those fees. This month only, get a maintenance fee credit with Timeshare Termination Team. So for those timeshare owners who have already paid your maintenance fees for this year, it's not too late. Get started with Timeshare Termination Team this month, and they will apply what you paid for this year's maintenance fee toward the cost of our services. Timeshare Termination Team will get you out of your timeshare legally and permanently, guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden, give them a call. Tell them Ross Kaminsky sent you and receive a maintenance fee credit this month only. So call 303-76.
Yeah, let me tell you, I had to spend a fucking 45 minutes on the phone with Zupa. Ask me how fun that is. Ask me. It's not. I mean, he was a really nice guy, but my God, man. I mean, you couldn't hear it. It's a long conversation.
These are signs of pipe failure due to old corroded pipes. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high quality PEX or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialist. They'll repipe your home in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. Call for your free in-home estimate and get 20% off.
Fucking Neo took off again today, man. Are we still in it? Fuck yeah, we are. It's going to be a long hold. I'll hold it to the end of the year. I think we end up doubling that. We're very close. I bought a bunch at Walmart too. Did you see that? I jumped back into Walmart. Walmart's a good fucking stock, man.
How are they doing on the competing with Amazon front?
They're doing great. Fuck, man, they're doubling their online business almost fucking every quarter. They're fucking killing. And they just did a deal with Uncle Sam. They're going to have COVID shots in all their fucking pharmacies here pretty fucking soon, so the masses will be going to Walmart. It's not, I don't know what's going on with, I don't think these smaller ones like Walgreens and shit, they have the distribution, well, they definitely don't have the footprint Walmart does, but I don't think their logistics are there to get this shit to their little stores, where Walmart's got all the logistics. If you think about it, Walmart's already got freezer trucks and all this shit going everywhere, deep freeze. Fucking love Walmart. Anybody that doesn't like Walmart, you're an asshole.
Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 724. We're online at yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
This is Dave Logan, the law offices of Dan Campos, a serious law firm for serious cases. Weekdays 2 to 4. The Situation with Michael Brown.
A New York Times opinion writer tweeted out that, quote, if Biden wants unity, he should lynch Mike Pence. Yeah, he really said that. And then he tried to say, I can't make excuses for it, and then tried to make excuses for it. Let's talk about it at 2.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, listen, I'm going to go back to Cindy, but I have to give Bob, I just need to ask you, I just need to take you because I wanted to see what I can do for you. Bob, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on with you?
I just want to tell you thank you very much for helping me out with getting my money recovered.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys. You really helped me out a lot there. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Bob. Now, you need help
I want to talk to you about a situation.
What do you need? Commercial storage, I'm told?
Yes, I want to just get right to the point. I know you're short on time. My belongings are being, and I need help trying to be able to, for one, just be able to go get my things. And
Bob, do you owe him money? What's the problem?
Where's your stuff right now?
Currently, my stuff is locked inside the commercial storage, which, to be honest with you, Tom, was my office. And also, I was semi-residing there, and all of my things have been. He gave me a 48-hour notice, and then he locked them up and told me I couldn't come back on the property.
Bob, listen.
Period.
Here's the bottom line, okay? How much do you owe the guy?
For this month, I owe $570, but he won't accept my money.
Why?
He says that I broke rules. That he doesn't tell me which rules those.
Well, hold on, Bob.
He just purchased the.
Bob, listen. Okay, just don't keep talking, but listen, and then let's make this short because I want to help you. He can't keep your stuff for breaking rules. All he can do is keep your stuff for money, okay? And then there's a special way to do it. So there's a price, and you're saying he doesn't want money. So you're telling me if you had $10,000, he would say, I'm sorry, Bob, because you broke the rules, I'm going to keep your stuff.
Yes, sir.
Well, I can't help you then. I'm sorry.
Well,
no.
Remember, the guy was living there, and he's not allowed to live there.
It doesn't matter. There is no such thing as... I don't believe Bob. I'm sorry. Because no one would tell him, no matter how much you pay me,
of course
I'm not going to give your stuff back because you broke the rules.
Bob, how much does he want, real quick? Just say it.
I owe him $570, and I have it in my pocket, and I've had it for quite some time.
And that's all you owe him. But if you gave him the money, he will say, because you broke the rules, I get to keep your stuff.
No, he won't say that, but he will tell you that I'm not allowed to go on the property.
Okay.
And basically, that's saying that I can't have my stuff.
Okay, so Bob, please don't do that when I ask you questions. Why don't you just tell me that? I have the money, but I can't go on there because he's banned me from the property. That's more accurate than saying he won't give me my stuff because I broke the rules. So what I don't need from people is exaggeration, and it takes me a whole damn long time to get information, okay? The truth is, he'll take your money from someone else, or we can arrange to do this, and we can. We can try to arrange that. I want, Deputy Doc is excellent at being a cooler head to prevail. I want Deputy Doc to call the guy at storage and say, look, we have your money. How can we peacefully arrange to get Bob's stuff out of there? But my question is this, Bob. Do you have anywhere to put your stuff when you get it?
No, Tom. See, the thing is that the $570 is for this month's rent, and I'm being perfectly honest with you, Tom. I offered him the money for weeks. I have text messages I've been trying to offer.
Do you owe for past?
Do you pay for?
Do you owe for past? Okay, so Bob, to be perfectly honest, you're not. You're leaving stuff out. There is no storage facility that won't take money. He wants to be paid, and he'll release your stuff. So that is an inaccurate statement because there's no reason to keep your stuff. And go ahead. What? What?
He has a personal issue with me.
Okay.
He just purchased the place.
Bob.
He basically treated me like a used condom.
Probably because you were living there, though.
Bob, you were breaking the rules. Here's what I'm saying.
Because
I want to put that in the past. I don't want to talk about it. I don't care if he likes you or not. If you pay everything you owe, he has to release your stuff. Okay? It's just that easy. It doesn't matter if he likes you. He has to release your stuff.
And he probably will. Why would he want your stuff?
Yeah, why, Bob? Why?
Because I have nice things. I have nice things, and I have nice things, and not only that, The fact is that I haven't stayed the entire month, and for the part of the month that I did pay, I paid $200 already. He hasn't allowed. He turned off my power inside there,
Bob.
And he then I'd be paying for the whole month, and
Bob,
I didn't even get to stay there.
Bob, I'm asking you. Listen, I don't want to talk to you anymore because you make no sense. You said you had the full amount ready to pay, but now you're telling me you don't think you should have to pay.
Well, if I can't stay the rest of the month, I mean, why would I?
Well, okay. Now we're getting to it. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You breached the contract, and you don't get to walk out on the 10th and say, "Well, you stopped me from breaching the contract, therefore I don't want to pay for the rest of the month." It doesn't work that way. So, Bob, if you can't pay, I want to help you, man. We helped you before, but I'm not going to just tickle you.
You're misunderstanding the point.
What is the point?
You're misunderstanding the point, Tom. You got to understand that this man just bought this place. I was working there, and everybody know I was staying there. It's not just like a regular storage.
It doesn't matter. There's a certain amount, Bob, I don't care. There's a certain amount you owe. We can agree on that. And you disagree with what you owe because it was a partial month. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no, I don't disagree. I would gladly pay it. I just want my things. I went there with the police. He's not there. I can't get an assist on. I mean, I just want to give him the money and get my things. That's it.
Okay. Do you want to give him everything? Do you want to give him everything he believes he is owed?
Yes. Yes.
All right. I'm done. Okay, Suzanne. I'm not handling it. Okay. Give it to Deputy Doc to call the guy at the storage and get the other side of the story. I will no longer take one side of this story. We have more coming up.
You know, that's just bullshit frustrating when people fucking lie. It's just fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid.
Well, where you really nailed it is, where's he going to move this stuff, and how's he going to move this stuff?
He's not.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, his problem is way bigger than his stuff. He's the same guy that called 3 Square, right? Yeah. And wasn't he a little shady on that shit, too? After you looked at some of that paperwork?
He said the guy wouldn't talk to him. The guy's trying to pay him.
It's 45 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW. Looking for...
You might as well finish up with some fun stuff, Cindy.
Employment professionals. Tom, to find one of more than 830
You want me to get them both?
to support any job search, and there's never a fee.
Go for it. Okay. Get Found Fast helps your website get found fast. That's what it does. GetFoundFast.com. Now, here's the deal. They will tell you where your website is deficient. It might be that it's not showing up. It might be that it is showing up, but when consumers get there, they don't like what they see or it's not organized. They have certain statistics they can look at and tell where your website is deficient, and they'll do a free analysis. They really will, and let you know. Now, it's not required that you sign up with them or hire them. They'd like to give you ongoing consultation. It's very inexpensive, but it's not required. Get your free consultation. GetFoundFast.com for details.
All right, 888 Heating. These are great guys. I need to tell you something about them. They give you choices. I can't beat that through your head enough, and here's what I mean. If you want to just get your furnace or air conditioner repaired, they'll actually give you a price on repairing it. They're not going to try to cram a brand new unit down your throat. But if you do need a new unit or want a new unit, they'll give you prices on economical units all the way up to high efficiency units. I call it good, better, best. They give you, the consumer, the choices, and I love that. They can repair virtually anything. They can sell you new stuff. They also do water heaters. And one other thing I need to tell you, their financing is incredible. If you don't think you can afford a new furnace or a new air conditioner unit, or both for that matter, the payments can be so low. They have great interest rates, sometimes 0%. You need to check these guys out. They've been on our referral list for many years. 888heating.com is the website, easy to remember, or 720-927-6888, 720-927-6888.
Here's my old card, by the way.
Where'd you find it? Oh, it's in your jacket.
Yeah.
Did you get a new one?
Yeah, I'm going to keep the new one. This one is broken. I bet you it's deactivated.
I'd like them to. You going to go back to Depot?
Interesting people. Here's the thing: the iHeartRadio app or wherever.
Where you go? To who? You tell me.
Cindy. Go to Cindy again. She's back.
Suzanne wants you to put your headset on.
Oh.
Experience as you'd expect. But I hope you understand.
Yeah, I think so.
It takes a little bit longer.
I think so.
You should not miss out. You can't afford to miss out because rates this low can save you up to, I don't know, $1,000 a month plus tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. That kind of savings can help make a significant impact on your budget. Money that you could use for a new car, vacation, pay a doctor's bill, send a kid to school. And I know just the people that help, my friends at American Financing. They're a family-owned mortgage lender known for putting you first, listening to what you want and customizing a loan to achieve your goals. They work evening and weekends to fit your schedule. There's never any pressure, never any obligation, and never an upfront fee. So if you're ready to start saving some serious money, call American Financing. 303-695-7.
What's up, brother?
Or AmericanFinancing.net.
Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacing windows and doors. Our words will treat you right.
We'll treat you right. It's
under contract. You know, my dad started making that pledge on the radio when I was no more than 12 years old.
And now I'm 74.
What we do is not rocket science. Our success simply comes from treating people as we'd like to be treated.
Because you can get things done right.
We know that you want a quality job at a fair price.
That's right, Dad.
Service and timeliness of completion. You want honesty. You want to feel comfortable. And you simply want to be treated well. That's what I want too. And Dad, I know that's why we've done our best over the years to make their wants our.
I'm looking for it, by the way.
So, folks, if you're ready, we're ready to serve you. Whether it's a freshly look at your kitchen and bath,
That's what she said. Ah!
Oh, somebody wants to help me get my stimulus money.
Someone
wants to help me get my stimulus check.
Yeah, good luck getting your stimulus.
No, they want me to sign
startup company named Investor.
Get it.
Now
You
they're
should
asking
do it.
for a miracle from the development team.
Hello, this is Carmen. Lots of exciting news. I guess we coupons, right?
It's time to hire.
I forgot mine.
Indeed, you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume base.
Dano, we'll meet you over there after the show.
Websites combined, according to Breezy HR 2019. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post.
Beachcombing, baking cookies, learning French. Or are these what you'd rather be doing than thinking about your Medicare prescriptions? Well, Walgreens is here to help you get back to it with convenient refill and pickup options. Expert pharmacists to answer all your questions. And Medicare copays as low as
I'm forwarding it now.
$0.
What are you for?
Which is also the
She
number
wants
of
to see the
years
email. I
the
told her I
working
don't know why. It was before I wrote this one. So just because she off, she goes, I'm curious. I don't know what this is. This bullshit back and forth.
Curiosity
Just
has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand or any
It won't keep it going. I think she. I'm almost positive your email stopped there. To be quite honest.
Okay, can we get together everything, or should I ask the one you would like to fix it?
If you're the type to nature doc and chill.
He already sent me like 5 of them. I told Dan to send me whatever he's got. I can send them to you, but I still got to pull the ones I got. So I'll send you everything Help got, and then everything all together.
Okay, got it.
I'll do it over the weekend.
Good. And then I'm going to do
It's
that
half done.
interface. Then I'm going to do that interface. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Everything. Because this one,
We should go out there and do a talk.
No, I'm going to. We are, yeah.
That's what should happen.
Yes.
All
right, back on. You got a little under a minute, just letting you know.
Oh, go to Cindy real quick.
RYS.com to sign up today.
Oh, my God.
Your
We're
neighborhood feed store since 1899.
I just want to tell her I'm done.
All right, I'm Tom Martino. Okay, I don't have too much time. Cindy, can you tell us what
we can fight for? What do you want from Granite Depot? What do you want?
Okay, so I just sent you another email, but what I don't want the money because I want my kitchen replaced or fixed. I want new cabinets for the island. I have no idea
what changed between now and last week.
It doesn't matter. I really, because we don't have time.
What
I need to know is
because I talked
Oh, God. Now we're on a tangent and we're out of time.
I'm done with it.
Here's what I want to know, Cindy, okay? You want them basically to redo everything because it's not right.
Not redo everything, the parts that's not right.
Right. You want them to redo the part that's not right. Okay. Mark, okay, I don't know what's unreasonable about that, but do they acknowledge it's not right? That's the thing. You know, Suzanne, that's not unreasonable to ask them to address that.
They're not going to do anything with all those reviews up.
Oh, well, let's see. Let's see. I'm Tom Martino. Wow, has this been a show? Tell people about the show, and they can always call 303.
Have a good weekend.
303 Martino. Mark's done, remember?
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
And stay connected with all of us
at 630 KHOW.
KHOW.com.
And on the iHeartRadio app.
Michael Brown is next
on Denver's Talk Station.
630 KHOW.
Michael Brown here.
I can't fucking believe it. No, it wasn't an empty mark. It really was. Good work. But listen, let me ask you something, all right, about change. Let me ask you something about Zupa.
What about it?
Let me clean up.
What about Zupa?
Well, what about it, Mark? I mean,
He seemed good to me. He's out of it. I think he's a pretty fucking rich guy that's retired. That's what I think.